What is up, chat? Happy Tuesday, everybody. We back. We back on stream. We live all day, every day. Give me some music. Or give you guys some music. I'm going to play my own, but a little something in the background, There it is. Perfect. How we doing, guys? How's the day been? Let me need to send everybody the link. Amp, what's up, baby? Ooh, I also need to change this graphic. Hold on, because you know what's way better? Having Vanquish displayed. If you guys aren't using Vanquish and you wanna trade options on prop, that's the place to be, baby. Gotta make sure that's displayed. Oh, M's already starting to hop in. I thought he was still on the space. Let's go. If you're just popping in, make sure you guys liking the stream, subscribing. See what the back half of this day wants to do. I'm not doing much. I got out of the rest of my spreads as well. Made some great money there. Extra few $100. Hood going to bounce here. I will check it in a second. Just give me a second and we'll go over some tickers. If you guys want to drop tickers, feel free. We'll get moving with some of those. Give me a second. Boom. All right, now we got some vibes up in here. Now we got some real vibes. Back and bearish on Tesla as usual. Yeah, Tesla from all-time highs, And that's okay. That, again, I had her going to all-time highs, and that was it. I don't know what can happen after that. But the trading up to there was beautiful. So now that we're coming back in, we did get under that 50% retracement. We're not really holding that, which isn't a good sign. So bigger time frame. This is like the very bottom of this gap. If we're going to hold on this bigger time frame, I would really basically need to see it there, or else I'm looking at these monthly lows on Tesla, which looks like 382.90. But even if we trade down here, that would be trading into a monthly bullish fair value gap. And this is the first tap in a fair value gap, which generally becomes a strong draw on liquidity. And you generally see a sweep of those lows to trade higher. So that's what I'd look for on Tesla. If we do lose this weekly spot, I expect those monthly lows to come into play. But at those monthly lows, I expect bulls to step in after sweeping liquidity. That's kind of my thoughts on Tesla there. Definitely rolling over from those all-time highs. But great moves. I'm eating a fat torta and then I'll be there. No worries. All goody. All goody. If Gav is holding you hostage in some basement, forcing you to stream, blink twice. Dude, I promise he's not. I promise he's not, bro. I promise. See? I'm not blinking. How do I get in? Mike, let me send you the link. Hold on. I send you the link. Hold on. Let's get Mike up in here. Let's go. Mike, I just sent it to your DM. I'll send it to everybody else as well. Joe. Where's our Wolf Crew chat? Wolf Trading Crew. Oh, Empire already sent the link. Savage. That's a good teammate right there. It's a good teammate. I didn't even have to do it. There's Will. What's up, Will? We got options Mike about to drop into. This market picked back up, baby. So IB data this morning was telling us, where is it? Long bias with the initial balance data to take out the highs because the IB low was formed first. But after we started selling off, I was like, I don't know. And we got bought up right all the way back to the highs. Crazy.
Yeah. Man. Here's what I saw, just why I thought we kind of bottomed where we would. 1 second. Let me get.
There he is.
What's up, options
Mike?
Yo.
We got him on the camera. Let's go.
So I had, let me see. So kind of where we came down.
There, by the way.
Go ahead.
What's that, Mike?
Oops, that didn't work. Mute. Hang on, try to figure
I
out
can
my
hear
mutes here.
Gotcha.
Half highs of the day. Nice move there.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
We basically pulled in on ES to that point of control from yesterday. Like we went within a couple ticks down to like 69.50.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of where I thought we'd stop. We went and retested it. And then most of the value of the day on ES built around that like 69.58. And then we broke away from it. So
I got out of the rest of my spreads at 50%. I sold most of them at like 80%. Got out of the rest around 50. And
yeah, at another green day in the Vanquish account, I did. I had a wider iron condor, and then I sold some puts below it, and then I sold some call spreads when we rallied kind of up to that first level.
Nice.
So probably
that's my biggest New Year's resolution. I think is just like continue to build on the credit spread knowledge and selling more options.
Can you guys hear me now? Is that better?
Oh, we got
Yeah, that's
you.
better.
Yeah, that
Okay,
is better.
it picked up the microphone off my camera instead of
Oh, you're
when
good.
I'm having my head.
I know. I knew something was wrong. I was like, the camera
what
just
the
sounds.
frick's going on here?
The mic sounds far away, you know. But
I'm
no,
like,
you're
what
good
the
now.
hell? Why is it not muting when I hit the mute button?
You're good.
Yeah.
All right.
Mike, you do a lot of you do any 0DT credit spread stuff or Iron Condor? Like, what do you?
I traded them for a while and I was doing well with them, and then I took some big hits and I
Yeah.
just stay away
Yeah.
from them. I think they're just too bloody dangerous. You have to be perfect almost on them. I get creds, but I'd rather go out in time and just buy some longer term options on it, or I even almost avoid weeklies.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I always target, like, if I do 0DT, I try to get a read of the tape. I don't really like to do anything until, like, 10:30 Eastern, at least, or maybe 11, and then kind of see what the tape looks like. Look at the internals, look at what certain stocks are doing up or down, and we have diverging big names, and then put spreads on that way.
The other thing, if you trade them, the first 15 minutes, those things are just decaying like freaking mad.
Crazy, yes, they do.
I mean, you don't want to ever touch them in that first 15 minutes. They're just dangerous as hell, and people don't realize that.
Oh yeah, because volatility is just nuts, and it can expand while you're in it. It might, like the probability of those options might still be that they're going to end at zero, but you're not going to be able to withstand that spike that happens against you, with volatility.
Yeah, you kind of need to establish a range first for the day to see where you're at, and then.
That's why I like Nuts' strat that he's been putting me on, where I just like wait till 10:30, after all data is taken out, volatility, like premium starting to decay now, and we can like find a little bit of premium to capitalize on quickly,
Yeah, if I do Iron Condors, if I run them, I usually try to target, my target is 25% of net credit is where I look for in a 0DT. If it's a credit spread one-sided that I have the market going in one direction, I usually try to take them off at 50% of net credit. I don't like to run anything further than that because, I mean, you get news, you get whipsawed on a zero. You can't scramble fast enough sometimes. And I will, I'll recenter them, or if I gotta, sell, if it goes kind of one way, I'll sell puts more aggressively against it to try and cut the deltas. And if it gets out of hand, I try to get the trade back to a scratch as best I can.
Yeah.
But that's a, you got to be advanced in being able to trade that way and know what you're doing. Keep your deltas neutral.
Little Christmas tree looking today, but
still
a lot of green.
A nice day nobody's talking about today.
What's that?
What name's having a real nice day today? Nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, what names?
Ford.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Ford is up quite a bit.
Yeah. Best delivery numbers since 2018.
Wow. It's in a nice range too. It's a healthy range we've been trading in.
Still underwater. I like it this year. I think that decision to dump their EV and take the $19 billion hit was just the smart thing to do. They're just done with that. Focus where they're good at. I think if this thing could break 14, it could really push up towards 16. It's not a barn burner. You're not going to make a fortune trading for it. But if you sit in it and it's not going to go anywhere, less dangerous trade.
Yep. Yeah, the only one thing I said in the auto space, so we were saying it last night, is I was talking about the issues in the subprime auto delinquencies. I mean, subprime auto delinquencies are 30-year highs, which not a lot of people realize. It is a little bit scary. And I know Carvana has just been this monster that everybody's been running into. And I just think from their book, like CarMax is another ticker that's in the same space that took huge loan loss provisions. And now Carvana does sell off their paper, but these banks are only going to take it so long if the paper underperforms. They do a lot of subprime. So that's a red flag for me on that name.
It's a red flag in the industry. But right now, the credit markets are holding up.
Correct.
They're holding up, and as much as they worry me, they continue to hold up. The consumers are in debt out their ass and continue to add to it wherever they can find it. And, the problem with this market, if you worry about things like this, you're going to not make money. You're going to miss out on the move. So you kind of just have to hold your nose and say, I'm aware of it, but I'm going to trade it until it really starts to bother me or I hear something more. Otherwise, you're going to miss out. And, one thing I learned over the years is the bears always are the smartest sounding people in the room. And I mean it. They always sound incredibly smart and brilliant. But, man, did they miss out on a lot of moves because of that.
Yep. I agree with you. I think the big thing, like I always watch, is how high yield like HYG or JNK for direction. And if you actually look, HYG's had a pretty good start to the year, really since mid-December. So unless that thing starts rolling back over, I'm not crazy bearish. I'm cautious, but I'm not crazy bearish.
I agree, and also I look at small caps pushing, right. There's a lot of good going on.
Yeah. The only thing is the big mega cap names like obviously Apple not looking very good, Tesla, Meta, Tesla below 430 now.
Yeah, but Tesla was due for this. I mean,
Sure.
I first of all, I keep saying this to everybody. I've had a love-hate relationship with Elon over the years, as I think most of us have, depending upon whether it's the good Elon or bad Elon who's talking on any given day. But I no longer worry about their EV business, and what I mean by that is, to me, they're not an EV company anymore. Yes, as long as they continue to hold up and make money and it funds other things, it's really all about the other things they have going on. And so these dips are probably very viable in Tesla if you believe in Musk and his vision. And he's generally, he'll be late. He'll be very late to to when he tells you is going to happen. Right? You can never take a date Musk throws out and take that as okay. We're going to have this by that date, but he'll get there one way or the other.
Yep.
What I thought was interesting was the move on Uber, which I missed until late. Uber's having a phenomenal day.
Yeah, but 4.5%, 5%.
Yeah, and I think that's because of the NVIDIA's quiet little announcement last night that they're getting ready to get into the cyber taxi fray with their own autonomous driving. And I think Uber is thinking that, well, partner with them, and then we provide the ride, the service and everything behind the scenes. Us provide the technology, somebody provides the cars. You take on Tesla and you take on Waymo. That would be interesting.
Yeah, I think back to the EV space in general, I think EVs will struggle in 26. I mean, I look at a lot of the data for EV sales across a lot of the brands, and I mean, the demand just is not there. And then they take the tax credit away as well. It just makes it more of a challenging environment. And these manufacturers aren't getting out of it because it's not profitable and there's not that much demand there. So I think the growth in 26 for like Rivian and Tesla to some degree. Obviously, Tesla's got other stuff in the fire, but they need to show that revenue stream that can be on some other things but vehicles. Lucid's the other one. I think Lucid's dead money. I wouldn't touch
Lucid. The only way that thing survives is Saudi Arabia buys out the rest of them.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think you can see Lucid trade $4 this year or maybe lower.
I mean, the only reason they're not is because they did a reverse split.
Right. Correct.
They did a reverse split to make themselves relevant again. I mean, they're heading for a delisting if they keep this up.
Yeah, no doubt. What, Mike? Like, what do you do from do you do monthly cycles for selling options? What's big strategies that you like to run?
For me, I really come in and, so I've been swinging into today. I was swinging some Amazon February 260 calls, and they were underwater. And today, obviously, they went through the roof, took me out. I've trimmed them down. I'm down from 10 to 8. I added Amazon 250 calls and traded those aggressively earlier on today. I like to come in every day and look for momentum. I look for what names are in play. And, it's funny. This morning, I told everybody in my room, I said, the setups just aren't there today, but I will be watching Amazon because the daily setup just continued to look good. That chart was just a great looking chart. It just looked like it wanted to break out and just they wouldn't let it go. I like that a lot. But I said, the semis don't excite me here, and I'm not touching them. I'm not touching the Microns, the Western Digitals, or the SanDisks of the world at this point. I mean, the ludicrous moves on these things are just the risk is to the downside for me on these things. You just
correct.
Need to just leave them alone. So
I find something else to trade.
Yeah. So I like to find momentum. I found momentum, and I didn't trade for almost the first half an hour. Then I caught NVIDIA as it came off the lows and started heading for the highs. I just like the chart look on it. And, smart enough to trim into the 192 area, which I had as resistance, and then took it all off a little bit lower, and just said, okay, this isn't working. Time to get out of this. And, other than that today, I liked Rocket Lab. I didn't trade it. I own Ford. I own ONDS, but I trimmed my ONDS position by half yesterday after a big 4-day move. I was like, okay, caught that 4 days on it. You know, I can either sell calls against it, or I can take half of it off and said I'd rather take half of it off and add back because this name is prone to very large pulls. And I just look for momentum. And if I stick with stuff for a swing, it's because I really like the setup. I don't like the way this market's trading in general. Like, you know, today, that dip at 11 o'clock, which almost brought us red. For what reason? It's just, it's all this 0-day options and the algos, and they're just looking to make sure people get the rug pulled on them. And that's, I think, what's changed this market so much.
Yeah, I mean, look at like a name like Google today that, you know, basically rips right up to 321 and then gave all that up back down to 313 now.
Yeah. Well, it's just,
you have this big divergence in the big names. You know, Apple was drilling, Tesla's drilling, then Google gives it all up, and then you got you know AMD giving it up, which I know Ryan is very happy about. But
yeah,
it's you get the push
that and MSTR. I mean, the two things that I shorted both worked out today.
Yeah.
On that side, I sold Amazon way too early, and I've missed Qualcomm like 10 times at this point.
I saw Qualcomm was having a nice day. They must have said something at CES.
Look at Exxon Mobil and Chevron just getting crushed today.
You know, but I talked about this in my members. I talked about it on Spaces earlier. It's, you know, when you look at what's really going on there, if you take the time to go read and go out there and look, the Venezuelan oil industry, energy industry is in complete and utter disarray. They're barely producing at 1.5 billion barrels a day, and they're not even sustaining it. Their systems are falling apart. It's going to take billions just to sustain that, and tens of billions of dollars to try to bring this industry up. And ExxonMobil still is out $12 million. ConocoPhillips is still out $12 billion. Is still out $2 billion when they got their infrastructure seized by the government. Do you really think they're going to be that, especially with oil this cheap, that?
No. I thought it was a short yesterday. I said, because here's the thing, fundamentally, oil trading in now at 57, 58 in the front month. The back month should probably come down in the curve. But the reality is, if oil does not continue to move higher, I don't see how these integrated names, whether they get the oil or not, it's still derived. I mean, that's still their asset, right? So if oil trades towards 50, it's not going to help them.
And are investors going to have an appetite for you investing tens of $billions in another country with oil that cheap? My guess would be no.
Correct. So I think it's a fade for now, and if it pushes it down, it probably keeps the lid on inflation.
It's a good thing. We need that.
Yeah, I actually think my thesis kind of for the year is that we end up seeing inflation come much lower, I think, than people think, and we actually probably see rates come lower than what people think. And I think Fed funds actually gets cut more than consensus.
For what it's worth, Larry Williams, who does his year ahead in his timing cycles, has been very good with inflation. And, you know, he predicted the downtick in inflation. He predicted the uptick before it happened, the downtick, and now he's predicting this year is going to be an uptick again in inflation, which I find interesting.
That's fair. I think when I look at a lot of names, like, where is it going to come from? I'm trying to figure out.
It's the companies that have yet to pass that. Most of the companies have yet to pass the tariffs cost on to consumers. That's
but here I said, Ryan and I were talking about this last night. So there's two things. If you just look at core CPI, 55% of core CPI is three things: housing, which is shelter, right? And then new and used vehicles. That's it. That's 55%. And if I look at some of the auto industry trends, new car day supply for dealers is at 90 days. In majority of the manufacturers are well over 100 days. So their supplies are growing, and incentive spending is going to continue to go up. So to think that there's going to be inflation from the vehicle side, I don't see that. And that makes up half of core. And then on the housing side, it's obviously lagging. But if interest rates stay elevated, I doubt you're going to get a bunch of price pressure appreciation in the housing market in 26. I just don't see it, especially not in the Southeast or the South or the West Coast.
That's a good point.
I can't figure out where. And then you got oil in the 50s. Unless we have oil that rallies, like, where's this inflation going to show up at? I don't see it. I'm trying to look around and figure out, well, what other goods, Is it going to be in the airlines? Probably not, because oil's low, right? So it won't be in fares. Will it be travel and leisure?
Well, we're certainly going to see it in computer electronics with memory going what it's doing.
Sure, that's but it's a small component, right?
Somewhat.
It's not a big driver of core, which is, I think, the most. And I don't see it in wage inflation either. I don't think you're going to have, massive. You had to move up in wages from COVID that moved up a lot of the hourly wages, but I'm not seeing where all of a sudden
Larry's a timing guy. He doesn't look at that kind of stuff, right? Larry looks at cycles. I just shared. I thought I find him. He's very low, but he's interesting to listen to and to see some of his stuff. And
no, absolutely,
that was an interesting thing to throw out there.
Ladies and gents, we're just chilling, huh? I could have held the rest of the spreads, but whatever.
NVIDIA just made a new low.
What did?
NVIDIA.
Oh.
Were you in put spreads or call spreads, Jordan?
Call spreads. I was in 625s at
NVIDIA
12 cents.
CEO, memory bottleneck is severe. Ooh. That's an interesting thing to say here.
Strong demand from Chinese customers.
I'm going to make a sandwich really fast. Take the screen if you need to. I'll be back in a minute, though.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not going to be long. So you can just leave it up.
You haven't spoke to China about H200 chips. That's the big one right there. Boy, you would think after speaking yesterday, they wouldn't be speaking so many different things, but both him and Lisa Su have been out speaking all day.
Yeah, so Lisa Su's on a full media tour today.
Yeah.
The CFO for NVIDIA is the one that I keep getting comments from.
I was just looking at like some of the travel, like Booking Holdings. That thing on the 4 hours rolled back under the 200 period on the 4 hour and right to the 200 on the daily.
I haven't touched that name in forever, Booking.com.
Yeah.
It's like a liquid.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trading. I'm just looking across different sectors and stuff.
And it's been a monster of a stock for the last couple of years, for a long time, but especially the last 3 years, I think, two and a half years.
Do you think what do you think about, so like utilities had a great year last year, obviously with energy being the forefront of the AI cycle, and like utilities they got to be down. What is this? I'm just looking at the XLU. Almost like 11% correction off the highs. They did tag the 200, I think, yesterday. Is that something that, is that a space you look to for energy demand as we go forward into 26?
I looked at the utilities from a year ahead, and honestly, I just don't like the charts. It seems to be very name specific. It doesn't seem to be coming to the utilities. It seems to be more about the development of nuclear energy and power. It just doesn't seem to be flowing into here. Are we doing spaces this week at 3, or that off for the week?
Cool. Stock Talk and Evan and Gav, they're all in Vegas.
Good. Okay. Just so I know. Just
yeah.
Yesterday, I'm like, where the hell is this thing?
Oh, Sunday night, I was putting out the schedule, and then Evan's texting me. He called me. And he was like, "Hey, I think we're canceling all of them. I'm not sure."
Works.
That's the last I heard. So I don't think there's going to be any stocks on spaces this week. I mean, if Evan and Stock Talk are both at the same event, not available, really, because I'm always on the stream. I don't know.
No, it's fine.
The other one, Lammer. Oh, go ahead.
You're above my pay grade, Mike.
We have a pay grade? Crap.
Dude, Lam Research, LRCX, another one. Just what in the world? I think it's just ripping faces.
it's interesting what they want and don't want in the semi space. It's very, very they either want it or don't right here. How about ASML? I mean, ASML. Look at the size of the 3-day move.
Those two are like, they look very similar.
AMAT's another one. Applied Materials, Rip and Face. Seagate,
On
STX.
Semi, ON.
Yeah, on Semiconductor.
And really, that's what's like pushing the market up, because you look across the board and
Qualcomm.
we're like, I mean, there's like certain names that they love, like absolutely love, but the like main names, the heavier weighted, I mean, today, big red Apple, red Nvidia now, red Google, big red Tesla,
AMD.
obviously, AMD. I mean, your top 10 Meta's break even. Microsoft's up just a little bit. It recovered, but
Microsoft popped on the lunchtime when they were talking about it on CNBC.
yeah.
But Microsoft on the daily, I mean, how's that not a bear flag? That just looks horrible to me.
So to the 200-day, it looks horrible.
Like,
Apple looks horrible.
Apple looks horrible. Nvidia looks.
Apple looks really bad.
Nvidia is holding serve. AMD is looking okay. It's holding, right? It's not looking great, but it's holding. Meta's sideways and stuck.
Right, Meta's stuck below the 200. That's a saying. Oracle.
Google's sideways.
Google's sideways.
Terrible.
Google's fine, but it's sideways. I hadn't even looked at Oracle.
Oracle
It's
could
so bad.
bounce
So
when
nothing.
everything bounced yesterday. That's all you need to know.
Yep. Still just it tagged the 21 and got rejected right there.
Yeah.
On Oracle. The other one is I was looking at was Broadcom, which that's under the 50 and under the 9 and the 21. I don't know what you do with that.
I think ARM can still move lower. I mean, we took those
Okay.
115 puts yesterday. They just went
Yeah.
in the money, but it's looking like that back test rejection, then another move down.
MSTR is absolutely printing. Oh my god.
I did take my first trim on the path call swing here. Ripped over $17, so I did just trim out some of those for 20%.
Yeah, Bitcoin backed right off that 94 level too.
It's the 95 area, the 50 days right there on the futures contracts, and they're just hammering it there every time it gets up to that area.
So that's the third time it's back tested that. That's where the golden retrace is too. At 94, like 200 and change. And then obviously if you look left, that was like the shelf that it sat on forever back like end of last year, beginning of this, or well, end of 24, early 25. 94 was like that shelf thing, and it's just rejecting it for like the third time. You also had this tax loss selling because like there's no wash rule. So when you, as long as you sold at some point, you could you could have sold on whatever New Year's Eve and bought back the next day just to realize the loss and get back into this year on Bitcoin. So you saw like if you go to your crypto chart and look at midnight on January 1st and just watch as the time zones, just watch as it just starts crawling up as soon as the new year rolled over.
Interesting. I hadn't looked at MSTR. Ugly. I mean, I've been saying avoid that in BMNR. I think that whole leveraged Bitcoin play is just, they don't want it anymore. They don't need it. You don't need it anymore. I think that's the big problem that comes in. Like if I want to own Bitcoin, and I do, I'm in IBIT. I don't have to have the leverage, right? I don't have to, I can just sit in that and be good.
Some calls on Tesla coming in. 435s and 437.5s for January 5th. It's not a terrible spot for it to bounce on the daily, but trend line lower low shows closer down to 420 next downside. But
I like 420 on Tesla where the 100-day is, and then I think we could even see 400 on that thing if things don't turn soon.
yeah,
If we see 400, we're going to go back to the shelf in the mid threes. That's what happens.
That would be, yeah.
yeah, like 360.
Yep, 350, 360 is kind. I have.
For me,
I got. I got
What?
some longer dated ratio spreads. I got some push ratio spreads, 430, 350, 1x3s that go out to February. So
Yeah, I'm just looking at this weekly spot with a halfback on Tesla after taking out all-time highs. If we're not really respecting the halfback, but we're trying to hold the bottom of this weekly spot. If we can hold this gap, I'm fine with it. But if we lose it, I think we're going to these month lows. But
yeah,
even then,
we
I
should have
think
held
we
the
sweep
50.
those lows and go higher.
New high of day on S&P.
Yeah, Tesla
Why
UK
is-
registration slid
all-time
29% for Q4.
And also, I'm still
this upside.
hella bearish Bitcoin. Everybody was like, "Oh, it's starting to pop." No, we just swept previous month highs and a giant monthly
Yep.
bearish order flow. It is not bullish to me.
Rocket Lab new all-time high.
This upside move on SPY was insane because if you look at the tick, if you look at the internals, if you look at VIX, like none of them were really showing very, correlating signs for the SPY move up, in my opinion. But I mean, what an absolute freaking ripper. We're almost at previous month high on SPY, and we're hitting previous week high again right now on Qs.
Financials.
I think we were talking about it yesterday. NDX, that yearly chart, we opened up, we gapped up on the year, we closed that gap, and since then we've seen buying. I have no reason to believe this market doesn't travel back to all-time highs and take out those yearly highs before we actually want to turn around. If we want to turn around.
Jordan, my stop loss on SPX call credit spread hit minus 200%.
Oh, I did. I
So,
freaking
21
covered
wins,
some of
and
it,
then my
but-
first loss.
Damn. All good though. That's 21 wins. Damn. So
21.
you're back. So
The
now you're
SPY
back to 19
SPY is
wins.
16 cents from the all-time high. 16 cents. The Dow already made it. The Qs are way off of it. They're going to take its time. The IWM is not that far from it. I mean, the X financials hit them yesterday. I mean, we're right there. We're right back. Last week is basically wiped out.
But it's all good. We're going to take another credit spread tomorrow and another one on Thursday, and then we're going to be back.
You're
back
set
on
back
track.
2 days. Big deal. Two
Yeah,
trades.
essentially. I gave back the gains from yesterday on SPX, and then look at this ripper on SPY. Previous month high hit right here. This is insane.
We're at all-time high yet? Like right there, right? Like 4 points away?
1 penny. The SPY is 1 penny away from it.
Yeah.
And it stopped.
I'll be able to move the chart in a
691.66. It hit 691.65.
Oh, I just looked at SPX is 4 points away. 3 points away.
Yeah, the high was 45, right?
45.77.
And the top of that trend line is like right at 50, about 5 points higher. 49.50 is there's a little trend line at the top. From October high through the December high.
Insane.
Oh, Bitcoin, that's disgusting. Oh, God. We took out yesterday's lows.
There it is. SPY got it.
Did it? 6.7.
Hey, 6.7.
Oh, wow.
New all-time
That's all I can
highs.
handle today. I can't. 6.7.
6.7.
8.9. Microsoft new high of day.
I heard EMP made like $10,000 on AMD puts.
Like my main account is having a good day. Really
Hell
good day.
yeah.
AMD and MSTR puts both printed. Our DraftKings swing got trimmed. It was up 50-60%.
Yeah, that was another good one. Look at Tesla. Look at Tesla off these lows after that flow came in. Oh,
What you doing?
I'm gonna do it.
I really thought we would hit
Hyper
427
soft
at least.
highs. Meta going for the highs. Can't keep this market down for long.
It's weird because like the internals are not strong.
No, it's just a rotation day. They gave the banks mostly a rest, and they rotated out into some tech names and stuff, and we'll see if we can continue this tomorrow.
Yeah, you got the in the Qs, that downtrend line's like right about 624.75 or so that comes in.
Gosh dang it, I can't type.
All right, now I can actually move around.
So all-time high on SPY, it is indeed SWIT. That is indeed all-time high.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, again, I know some of these individuals have been rough and like things like Apple, big weights for the market, but look at NDX, this range, no structure broken. And you look at that yearly. Again, if like, I don't expect 2026 to be an inside year. I expect us to at least take out the high. And so even if I think this market's going to end up dipping this year, we have to trade to this high first, because there's no world where I expect this to just be an inside candle in the year. But maybe I get surprised and that actually does happen. I just don't see that happening personally.
Deep in the money calls on ticker CHTR. You want to see a terrible chart that is trying to find support of life? Here it is.
Charter communication. Okay.
Yeah, look at the monthly.
They don't have to. I think it's brutal.
That A-frame looks like Mike's house.
Bro, that's rough.
The monthly's trying to find support from
Where's this thing coming from?
2015. Yeah. Look at that giant head and shoulders.
Oh, boy.
And now it's hitting 2015 levels of support. You got deep in the money calls coming in.
That usually means we have deep in the money calls as a fund who's dumping stock but still wants some exposure that's not decaying, so they buy.
Yeah, so multiple orders just came through within the not just came through. I mean, I'm an hour behind now from lunch, but there are $100 calls for January 21st, 2028. They placed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different orders, 6 minutes apart, totaling about $9 million worth of those $100 calls in the money. They bought them in lots of like 100, 140, 150, and 200 at $12,500 a piece. Is it a short at all-time high, or are we going to continue? What are we doing? We've gotten this far. Oracle's trying to make a new high day. Steven, it depends on your chart. So for my SPY chart, and this, I guess this is a great question for the panel. For SPY specifically, I don't use adjusted on my chart settings. I use actual. So the dividends doesn't affect, for my charting purposes and trading on SPY, and it's almost irrelevant for me. I use actual. I don't use the adjust for dividends. I'm not sure about everyone else, but Oh, I might be bugging. I think Jordan's talking, but I can't hear him.
Oh no, I was muted. That's my bad.
Okay.
I was just saying, like, to be honest, no matter what, it's not gonna make or break your trading. Like, same thing with London and Asia levels. Like, I've seen some people mark them at a slightly different time than me. They don't run at the exact same time as me. It's not gonna make or break you. Like, it's not gonna be the deciding factor on why you lose a trade. It's never, like, almost never is it gonna be that. So
yeah.
I wouldn't put too much like stress on it.
Yeah, SPX did not make new all-time highs yet.
Gotcha.
It needs 69.46, and it hit almost 69.43. So no new all-time highs on SPX yet, but a penny higher for SPY. But
Could they tag it and rug it?
that's what I was just saying. I was like, is it short right now at all-time high? Like, I don't know. It's looking good.
RTY chart. Damn. YM just a monster. Dude, this is just the past 3 days. Damn. Amazon's still holding.
Dude, Amazon was insane.
I'm completely flat. I don't even have spreads on anymore. So
yeah, there's no
Just kick it
juice in
back.
the options anymore at this point.
Yeah. What's moving right now? RDDT, Reddit. Looking really, really good on the weekly. Getting a breakout. Amazon 243.
Nice look on Reddit.
Gold's trying to show.
Yeah, that one's looking good.
Silver features almost at that all-time high again.
I'm just sitting in a couple of Amazon calls because I think this could continue for a bit, and I have time. But took, I had over 20. I'm down to 2, so put it in perspective.
Yeah.
Dude, Meta is so coiled right now. Just look at that daily and weekly chart. Just absolutely flat and coiled.
I love this dip we took. To this weekly spot I had. It's beautiful.
All right,
Which
guys.
part is that? What is that one right there? Is that Meta?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You out of here, options buying?
I am. Thanks for having me on. And
Thanks for joining.
More often,
Always
man.
fun
You
hanging out.
gotta drop me the link though, so I can find it.
Yeah, no worries.
I'm just gonna start
I'll
sending it
dropping
to
you.
you automatically
There
every
you
time.
Catch you guys later.
Sounds good.
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
Later, Mike.
How we doing, Amp?
Just chilling.
Yeah, me too. I ain't doing
Just
nothing.
chilling. My
eBay
my
is
account's
what?
doing great today. My Vanquish mistakes were made.
Oh, Vanquish
Um,
mistakes were made.
mistakes were made.
Yeah, I blew it. I had to reset it.
Yeah,
Full
that's okay.
disclosure.
It's okay.
Dude, I blew it. So like what happened was I sold some call spreads
Too early.
and well, I sold them at a good time and then I was like when it started coming back up here, like I'd still be okay overall because I sold them earlier this morning, but the problem was I was going to add to them. No, I mean, I was going to I added instead of subtracted. I went backwards.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, like these are starting to go against me. Let me just get out of them.
So you covered them.
But I didn't want to hit flat and all because I had a couple other trades on.
Yeah.
And so instead of cutting them, I added to them. Because like it's plot, like you're selling. It's like, because you're selling, so it's minus, but I was like on the plus. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. So then
All goody. We got
I
reset
added
credits,
a ton
right?
to them, and then this ripper, like next thing I know, the screen just went blue, and the account was I couldn't log in. I was like, oh no!
Oh fuck!
All right, so I just reset my account.
There you go.
I'll figure it out though. I haven't really done much on the futures. I had I was early. Then I had a really good trade, and then I tried another one, and it didn't work. And now I'm just like medium green, I guess.
Yeah. I'm green on spreads, red on futures.
I had a good futures trade right at that level. I hit it. I called it by 1 tick that first high, and that worked out really good. But I was in the Vanquish. I'm slightly positive, but I should have been on more. I put a Iron Condor on originally that worked out nice. I probably put it on too early. Then I sold some call spreads at that kind of spike. And then I started selling puts below it to try and hedge it. And those kind of when we started to pull a little bit, I was like, oh, I took those off. But it should have been a bigger winner. But still green. I'm thinking about doing a butterfly here, maybe. I'm thinking the 640, 6940, 6930, 6920, 1 by 2 by 1. So straight butterfly. If we do get some type of where it pulls into that level where we spent some time.
When does
Sorry,
ME stop going higher?
I want to catch up with the convo I was having while I was pouring this great glass of sweet tea.
Sweet tea.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys call it, but it's where I'm from.
Sweet tea.
It's sweet tea. Casey is a sweet tea. Anyway. Stop it. The all-time high conversation that was happening. I look at SPX more than SPY, but even if you look at SPY, like whether you adjust it or don't adjust it, like the dividend payout was like early December, I think. I don't know, like the all-time high didn't like even if you adjust or unadjust, that like all-time high we made like the day after Christmas is the same. So
nice.
But I use actual.
I think I use actual
chart.
on everything.
Oh my god, MSTR.
I know on names
renting.
On names that do pay dividends, it can change it. I'm sure if you probably names like say Pepsi for an example, they pay dividend.
Yeah, high dividend.
So you go to your daily chart, go throw on your 200 moving average, right? And then flip it from actual to adjusted. Those moving averages are going to be completely different from each other. So if you use those specific moving averages on your chart for Confluence for trades, if you do use adjusted data or actual data, it will change the way those indicators look on your chart. So I completely didn't do that whenever I got this new setup here on at the new house. So my trading view charts and my Webull charts were showing me different prices and data and things on my indicators for the first
Did we get it?
weeks, and it took me forever to figure that out.
Oh, here it comes, 1 point away.
Did it slap it up here, you think?
I don't know. I have NDX in a full-on gap fill.
Let's fucking go.
I eat something.
And I have QQQ going back to 625. Where are we at? 623. Yeah. I have us in the middle of a gap fill on NDX. It's another 30 points higher. And then QQQ, I think, is going back to 625, 626. SPY extension takes you to 694 and change.
Some put flow on ticker EDU 55s.
I don't know. I'm frustrated about my Vanquish account, but I'm excited about the two things I took puts on yesterday. Those worked out very nice. High five. Great success.
Keep an eye on Datadog, DDOG. This name has been getting absolutely ran over for the last little bit on your daily and weekly chart. The last time I traded DDOG was in September of 2025 for call swings when it came down to 135. This was a big area at the time. Back testing on the weekly chart, just kind of zoom out, look left at the price action from January to July of 2024. It's now retesting that area. There is some call flow coming in on January 2028 calls down here today. Some large sizable sweeps. So little relief bounce or area of support here on DDOG after, I mean, this thing went from 135 to 200 and now it's all the way back down to 135 again. So
Appreciate you, Brandon. Now we'll see. I just have a hard time unless, Dow and RTY come off all-time highs. Well, RTY is not there yet, but unless Dow created some massive divergence and is really setting up for a massive short, I don't see how we never are getting a full reversal in the market from consolidation. We always need to sweep those highs out first. And so that's why my thesis for us going to all-time highs is so strong. It's okay, we can dip, sure, but I think that dip gets bought up at some point for us to get to these all-time highs, because if we truly want to trade lower and get bearish in the market, I don't think we can do that until these highs are taken. And I mean, NDX has clearly shown us I gap up, I fill gap, clear buyers. I mean, look at this wick. I don't, so, and I don't think any structure has been broken. This is the structure. We are in the middle of it. I don't have much reason to think we're in a negative spot for the market or we're going to rug or anything. I mean, look at the strength. So until that changes, pretty much until we take highs, I got to be higher time frame bullish on this market till all-time highs there. See though. Oklo.
mm-hmm.
It's a nice bounce off of previous areas of support and the 200-day.
Yeah, I missed my call entry yesterday morning. I can't chase it here, but that chart was primed for a good support bounce.
I just don't like this.
The downtrend broke too. It's breaking out of the trend.
Holy meta.
What's the meta with you?
She's trying.
Oh. Is meta squeezing? The hell?
I mean, dude, the daily and weekly chart, that's what I was just saying. I was like, this thing is coiled for a move. And the way that the daily's closing right now, it's coming back up to the top of the range near the 670 area over 665. And it looks decent.
Cooking.
I suck at trading it though, so.
Check out CELH.
Celsius is trying to get in that gap on the daily.
Shot fest.
All-time highs suck for trading.
Yes, they do.
Half gap is 52.49. That's as high as I'd see it going as of now.
Oh, did you guys see what Walmart did today?
No. Let's see. Nice day.
What a great stock. Good for that.
I looked at Walmart yesterday and I was like, I think I should buy that. And I didn't do it, but I should have.
There's volume on these contracts. The issue is I look at the options contract chart and I can't really tell how they're moving because there's no data on Webull that shows it. But the $55 puts for February 20th on ticker EDU, not bad. They're around 250. It had a nice pop recently, putting in a lower high on the daily, about to close a red shooting star. There is a gap to fill lower to 55.4. I just don't know how the options contract moves because it doesn't show me that data. Still no new all-time high on SPX.
Oh, great day.
It's a great day to be a trader. Can I look at PayPal? I don't want to look at PayPal. I know everybody wants to call this bottom on PayPal. I know. Everybody wants to long PayPal. The issue is it's PayPal.
I mean, if you bought PayPal in 2017, you're break even right now.
It's good time value of money.
Hell yeah.
Listen, if you buy, I think we talked about this a little yesterday. If you want to buy PayPal, feel free on the double bottom. I like it. I'd rather be over the trend line, but if you want to buy it here, starter position, you got to be out of this thing below 57.75. It's not even for debate. I honestly probably cut it before then. We trade below 58. See you later. So you got $1.20 of risk right here. If you want to trade it, that's how I would.
The thing, even doing that though, even it just to back test the weekly 9, it's at $61.
Right.
So if you catch the little pop upside to 61, that's $1.75 from here, risking $1.25 downside, and it's PayPal. I don't know if that's still like
right. I mean, I wouldn't do it, but I'm
trade.
saying I'd stay away from it, but if you want to trade it, if you'd like to trade it.
It looks like a giant head and shoulders.
Actually, KC, I want to short it now after that.
It looks like a giant head and shoulders on your monthly. The weekly shows it as well, but it's pretty clean on the monthly.
It is for PayPal. Yeah, sure. I mean, it begs the question, like on the monthly, do we just go back and test that like 50, what is that, 51, 52, $50? Oh, kind of makes sense.
Yep.
Another $9 lower.
I'll buy it at 50 or 45.
So puts down there, longer dated if you want to just get put to it.
Hell yeah.
But
look,
it's been ugly. I wouldn't try to pick a bottom. I look for something else in momentum that you like to trade.
I'll tell you right now, I think it's a short right here intraday. It's in a squeeze to the downside on 3 different time frames. Actually, one of them is curling down, hasn't flipped bearish. The other 2 are already bearish.
SPX taking the high. Is this it? Getting close.
Almost there.
I think if we get it, we're going to run it right up to 69.50, about 5 points more before
we just tapped it.
Breaks.
By a penny. Do you see that?
Not 69.45,
Oh,
77.
we were
1
1
cent
cent short.
77 and 0.76.
Wait, look at this.
7.6.
6.7 again.
Look at it. Look at it. He's so
Couldn't get
small.
there.
Yeah.
7.6.
C7.
I'm going in the Vanquish account.
6.7.
Afternoon.
Who wants to take PayPal puts with me?
Kind of me, actually. Now that you say it. On a daily for day trade.
Yeah. And then if it freaking breaks low of day and flushes to 58.60, 58.50, I'll freaking be up fat and swing runners.
What strike? What strike you doing?
Let me pull it up. PYPL. Detailed.
Oh, now it made a new all-time high.
Hey, SPX, new all-time high.
Dang,
Oh,
Iron got smoked today. What happened there?
Tesla. She's
There we
trying. Bottom ticked that bad boy with that flow.
Again, this is like the last spot I have it to hold unless we want to go visit 380s. In this bigger time frame, any lower, and it's this low, these months, any first low that's created in a fair value gap in this strong of a trend becomes a very strong draw for the market. So a little worried we might need to go down there, but I mean, it's not going to hurt me too much.
You're about to get like a 30-point ripper right here on NQ.
IWM's doing it.
Look, watch ES 6700.
Why
It's a
can't
great
every day be
day.
just this good? Bow, bow, bow.
How is my account doing today?
Let's go look at poop pals. Let's see if they're worth anything. Poop pal premiums, not too spready.
Ooh, beating the market up 1%. Yeah. My daughter is not having
Dude,
a good day.
she's pissed. Little baby cries where they're like, you can see their tongue vibrating out of their mouth.
Do they start like like
They're
like
just shaking. Their eyes are squinted so hard, and their tongue's just vibrating. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, my daughter must have been short today.
I think what's the ES all-time high? Is it a couple points higher here? 94, 69.94, I think, is the number.
I have it at
It was an overnight. It was an overnight.
I have it at 7,014.
On the yeah, probably on the continue or on the March contract.
On the current contract.
Yeah.
Oracle's 15-minute squeeze fired upside. It's done. The 30-minute is still in the squeeze as of right now. Still upside. Coming into a little resistance near 194, 194.4 area.
So they tipped over Amazon a little bit and bought up Meta.
Dude, I'm thinking these PayPal 59s for January 16 just for a day trade.
All right, what do we got to lose? 50 cents?
See if they go in the money and then break below a day and just continue downside to the close.
PayPal. You're on the JN16s?
Yeah, the 59s, they're cheap. They're like $1.04, $1.05.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheapies.
Send it.
Low of day puts them in the money. And if you break under that, I mean, just rip the Band-Aid off. But
we're gonna need a little flush off these highs with the market here.
Could backtest like 59.4.
I'd like to see SPX to
59.35.
come back to that 35 level. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe like a late day fade. Or do they just rip it straight to... I'd like to see it tag 69.50 and then back off. I'm going back into Vanquish.
Let's go. Running up the Vanquish account.
Yeah, I'm going to do...
Shout out.
So I put this butterfly on for... What is that? 70 cents, I think. 69.40, 69.30, 69.20. So I'm going to work that, and then I'm going to sell the 55.60 65 call spread up here. Just try to cut it in case it doesn't work, and hopefully it stays below 65. Because I think 69.50 will be resistance. I think we'll tag it and stop. Worst case scenario, do a little reset. Not really, but
Yeah, throw a little reset every once in a while.
nothing long. I haven't had a reset yet. I had 3 green days. Let's make this another one.
IWM new high 255.
I don't like. I can't. I don't know. This DX trader is not. I just got to figure it out, I guess. Like I want to see like I got to figure out how to get like the position delta of the whole spread I have on to see where I'm at.
If you have that giant pennant on QQQ's chart, we are hitting that upper trend line right here. By the way,
Qs.
yeah. So if you go to Qs, go to your
On the
4
daily?
hour.
Or 4
Yeah,
hours.
4 hour daily should work. If you draw the trend line for the lower highs,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you draw a trend line, we're hitting it.
Right
Yeah.
There's two. That's the secondary. Here,
Is it this one? Is it this one?
here,
Is it
look.
bodies?
This one right here. There's 2.
Holy shit, my phone going off.
There's like, so you got this lower one if you take this high, and then this one, and we're right here, right on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
One just above us at about 64.75, which is these highs. I mean, you could even do this, but I do the swing out, which is whatever the first high come to, which is this one from the top of the range. So you got a couple, this little area. And then SPX, like I said, I had this. See where we're pushing. If we get to 50, it's like right here will be the top, like 51-ish for these two. So we'll see.
Good God.
Look at the RSI, just right against the trend line. So do we break it? Do we fade? Another resistance point.
Pro tip for any of you guys that work jobs: don't use size 8 font on your resume. Like squinting to read your no.
Is
Make it
AMP about to
big.
hire somebody?
I'm trying to hire somebody for our business.
The video's
Yeah.
putting in some lower wicks here on the 30-minute, about to close again. Holding that volume point of control.
Little divergent high here.
Yeah. God, MSTR went to 154. Oh no. It's so bad.
Michael Saylor's going to be looking for a job soon.
Yeah, Sailor needs to I don't know, I just did a tweet actually. All-time highs. SPY today. Dow Jones today. QQQ is 2.14% away. IWM 1.25% off. Gold 1.59% off. Bitcoin 27% away. Oh no.
150,000 coming soon.
What happened to the 250? Yeah, I just got a resume from Michael Saylor.
Is that how you say his name? Okay.
Denied.
Look at the Russell,
Is
man.
it,
Just,
is it Saylor? Saylor.
Tessie doing the diddly do?
yeah, you got a little space in between the trend line for NQ.
Go Tessie,
Just
go
up there.
Tessie,
Kind
go.
of messy through there, actually. Go back to the 4 hour.
God,
Dang, Tessie.
all my
15
favorite
minute
companies.
reversal.
Tessie did take a beating down 4%, though.
Reuters.
For NASDAQ, we got, for me, for the Qs.
U.S. and Venezuela are in talks to send Venezuela crude exports to the United States. The
You don't
surprise
say.
of
You
no
don't
one.
say.
Yeah.
Well.
Look what we have here. That, my
This right here,
friends, is called compromise.
we need Qs above this level, which is roughly 624.75 above the trend line. So we don't want to see here and then back to here, and we get stuck inside this part of the triangle. You want to see it push up, retest, and go. Like breakout tomorrow, retest here, and then rip into the afternoon. Back up. Hopefully you target something like that.
Just got a voicemail. Who uses voicemail? If you leave me a voicemail, I assume that you're a scammer.
I just got a voicemail. Someone saying that they were calling regarding canceling a subscription for one of my deceased account holders. Yeah. No. Yeah, as she said. EO's having a good day.
What do we do here?
What are we doing? I'm living life right now, mind. Ooh, is open still going? It is new highs. Remember that $8 flow that came in earlier? It's getting a weekly Morningstar reversal off the low. Those $8 calls for February 20th. Cheapies.
I'm gonna fall asleep over here.
Slow moving up here. If we fade on this divergent high, that'd be. If we do anything, we either go sideways and chop right at the highs, or we push.
Let it just get one more
Little flush.
one more hoorah.
Hip hip. Hooray. All right, why are you not loading? Don't be a piece of shit.
Look at oil, almost under 56, 57.16 in oil now.
I didn't measure that one from all-time high, but I'm assuming that one's really bad. $76%.
Oh, it's not loading for me. What the hell?
Well, I don't know how old you are, but I don't know if you remember 2008 what gas prices were like back then.
Yeah, before they crashed, or when they were $4.50,
the peak.
$4.50. Oh yeah,
No,
I remember
the peak 2008.
I lived in Michigan, and I remember premium gas was in the mid fours back then. Like summer of 08, before the blow up, it was like $4.50 a gallon. cheap
So,
now.
like, it all depends, like, where you live in the country or whatever. But I remember I had a, let's see, I had a GMC Sierra at one point, and then I had an Avalanche, a Chevrolet Avalanche, and
Oh
that thing
yeah, I
held
remember
like
those.
26 gallons. And like all I had was I had a debit card, of course, back in the day. But the thing was back in those days when you like paid with a debit card, the way they did it was they like pre-authorized the $75 charge on your debit card.
Yeah,
And then like if you only spent 60 or whatever, then they like
replace
dropped
it.
it down.
Right.
Well, $75 didn't fill my truck up. I had to like fill it all the way up to $75 and then put the pump back and swipe my card again. And
Yeah, yeah.
it took two swipes to fill up my truck.
Yep. That's funny.
Gas, like, even like Arkansas is like cheap gas compared to the rest of the country, and it was still like $4, $3.80, $4 a gallon back then.
This chart of oil just, you want to go, like somebody's been trying to hunt for lows and like buy crude somewhere, like literally every geopolitical spike. Here was the Russia-Ukraine war. It literally tagged it overnight. I remember the night the futures open, I sold $200 calls in oil for like 30, 40 cents. Like it was crazy. $70 out of the money.
Well, it's because that was people that were hedging the other side. That's where that opportunity comes from.
Correct. Yeah, it was nuts. And here we've done nothing but go sideways to lower. And if anything, look at this weekly. I don't know about you guys, but we keep drifting into this. I need to get the paintbrush out for you guys. Here. Kind of looks like one of these. Like that.
I'm waiting for like an ugly like capitulation type of dip, and then I'd think about it. That's the only way. I see Nebius in the comments. Nebius hit the 50-day and is rejecting, but it's still a solid looking chart. You need some follow through. It hit the $100 kind of whole area. It went to the next resistance level and profit taking probably after a nice move. I mean, it's what, a $10 move in a couple days.
BC, I grew up in Ann Arbor area. Actually, Saline. That's where I grew up, Michigan. In the chat.
Gross.
Detroit, Michigan.
I'm just kidding. Detroit.
My wife went to Michigan State, so.
Oh yeah.
So,
Is that East Lansing?
East Lansing, you got it.
Our friend Jaguar, he lives up there in that area.
He's over that way as well. I've talked to him before.
Yeah, he has a rental property he bought in East Lansing. I talked to him about it one day.
Just hanging out here. What's up, Joe?
Hey, there's nothing to do. What's up, Joe?
Nope.
Dude, IWM though. That is like, people overuse the term squeeze because like to be able to squeeze, you have to have people off sides. And I don't know who's off sides here. Like in the market in general, I don't think many people are just off sides. But I can tell you this, IWM, there's like no sellers, no profit taking. It's just up.
Up and away. Yeah, you know why gas is still high, Kev B? Because the taxes for most of the states, like gasoline taxes, like I'm here in Chicago, and just the state tax alone is 58 cents a gallon.
Damn.
Not including the local tax.
Yep.
Pricey.
There's a new high again. Let's see if NDX fills this gap, and maybe we can think about doing something.
Like a not straightforward day.
Just kind of hanging. I wonder if we come back to the.
I was in a Honda slamming gears in 08.
SI, baby.
Let's
Casey's
go.
doing that in 2026.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I was playing
I
Club
had a
Penguin.
2000 Honda Civic SI, and it was.
I had 4 of them, dude. Best things ever.
I can confirm I did ride around in an avalanche listening to Country Boy Can't Survive at one point in my life.
What about tipping on fofos?
Oh, I definitely listened to way more of that. I took out there's like where the back seat folds down and that like wall folds down. If you just like remove that wall, you just have this like huge trunk space in the avalanche, and you leave like the glass in and put the seat back up, and it just goes like straight behind the seat to the like trunk bed thing. And I had a very large kicker in a Pro Box back there.
Want to swing some lottos on open door.
We just.
I did not have a Confederate flag. Saw a lot of them. I did not have one.
Oh man, oh man.
It goes Oracle new highs. 30 minutes on that squeeze upside, looking good. Tessie trying to get that back test of that 435, 436.
Ooh,
area.
late 80s, early 90s Civics. There you go.
The other day we were talking about it. My
Hatch.
mom had a Civic, like late 80s model, maybe early 90, and it had the seat belts where it like went on the track. Like when you sat down and closed the door, the track, like the shoulder belt, like went up the track.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you got in the car and it just automatically put that lap belt on for you. It was awesome.
You want to go with some throwbacks? Anybody have any conversion vans? Those.
Oh, dude, so like my soccer coach had one, and my my uncle had one. The little conversion van, and it had the TV on the floor with the VHS player, like in the back of the console. Had the curtains on the window.
Yes, sir. Fold down bed in the back.
We do stream every day. Day, baby.
Just parked you on the last 2 5-minute candles. Where are we going?
I had a van that's. Oh, Will just got rugged.
Oh, he's just gone? That's what that was.
He got rugged.
Chrome said no, thank you.
There he is.
He said, "You're
Chrome
out of here, sir.
Gone."
You are out of here."
Okay, where are we going here?
Well, it's what I'm monitoring is this gap from right here on NDX. We're almost filled. We were like 15 points away from filling it.
I think I'm going to go to black charts. I just switched. I'm going to test this out.
We got
Best decision of your life, my friend.
Jordan's going to say, what happened?
We got
Welcome to the dark side.
Well, since you and Jordan are in the same office, I thought maybe he got rugged too.
Yeah.
how many pull-ups?
Joe, yeah, that's my. What kind of pulls are we talking about? How many pulls can you do straight? Are we talking about like off of a fifth of whiskey, or what
are we talking about the Civic in the Civic, like before it overheats?
Yeah. Or you.
chair keeps on.
My mom had a bag phone, day trader, when I was a kid. It's a great day to be alive.
You know, to start the year, I haven't looked at a bunch of currency stuff, but the last since basically Christmas, the dollar index has been trading back to highs.
Oh, you see this
downtrend?
You see this 15-minute shooter on Meta up there? God. Reject. Google still looking rough. Costco new high. I should have bought Costco the other day. I was going to buy some. I did not.
I'm struggling here. I think it's Vanquish is tearing me up.
Sometimes the weirdest thing nuke my laptop when I'm on.
I know I'm on a desktop, but let's see.
GPM. What's XLF doing?
Goldman Sachs has just been on an absolute tear the last 3 days.
Dude, Goldman's look at Goldman. Look at Citi.
Yeah.
And was it
Wells Fargo, JPM,
Wells Fargo was good.
Bank of America.
There's another one. There's another one that just blew my mind.
We got
Which
Morgan
one am I
Stanley,
missing?
JPM, WFC, BAC.
That's what it was. It was
Citigroup.
MS.
Yeah.
MS was the other one.
UBS is a little red today, but that chart squeezes for the whole month of December.
Dude, I know the flow on LRCX last week was insane. Just 3 gap up days in a row. From 172 to like 208.
Question is, so what, hour 18 left? Question is, do I want to short 835 or 860s?
We're gonna have another day where every 5-minute candle we're like SPY new all-time high, SPY new all-time high, SPY new all-time high.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just moving like this.
It's no fun trading at all-time highs. I hate it.
I hate trading all the
Because
time.
there's no structure to trade with. What do you do? What do you
The
do?
best, I know. Well, that's the best thing I figured out about a year and a half ago was that I don't trade well at all-time highs. Like at or near all-time highs, I just don't trade well. I trade really well when we're away from them, like Friday. So I stopped running my head into the wall over and over and got smarter about it. I went to a 1-minute chart so I could say all-time. Oh, new all-time high.
Dude,
New
I'm getting
all-time
a
high.
call. I'm getting a call from Cambodia.
Yeah, dude,
I
pick
love
that
that.
up.
I love that.
What?
Dude, it's probably a rich prince. Like, he probably left you some money.
They probably want funding to take over Thailand.
There's a holiday in Cambodia. I bet Joe can play that riff.
Dude, I waited. I was like, go on at 3, play guitar for 20 minutes.
Does anyone ever have like the
Nice.
same line that you do whenever you do decide to answer like spam phone calls just to fuck with them?
Yeah.
What's yours?
I got a good one. You know what mine is? It's
Good.
Buddy the Elf. What's your favorite color?
Oh, dude, that's a good one. I like it. Mine,
Buddy.
mine, if you're ready for it, it is Dave Sperm Bank. You spank it, we bank it. How can I help you?
Is this the Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick.
Whenever it's for a loan, I'm like, I'm a convicted felon, right? And then I hang up.
So my go-to, like if I went in, I figured this out about a year ago, maybe. I went in the iPhone and like, if I don't have your number saved, like it doesn't even ring on my phone. Like silence unknown callers or something. That's the best feature that iPhone has. But my my go-to, if somebody calls me or if I do see it and answer it or whatever, I just, bueno. And they're like, yeah, so we got a 50,000 pre-approval for a business line of credit. Or something. ¿Cómo no le entiendo? It's straight Spanish. That usually gets them to take me off the list pretty quick. One of them started speaking Spanish to me, and I was like, damn it.
Damn it.
It works 90% of the time.
Dude, Matthew's in the chat. Peter's bait and tackle. Headmaster Bader speaking. That is funny.
Headmaster Bader speaking. I like that one.
How's it going?
Good. This is a decent little wick after the recovery day yesterday. I would really like to see it get back up here into the 50-day. What's Pounter doing? Oh, still
Palance
inside of the sell day, but
below the 50.
Pounter.
I've been seeing nobody say it's overvalued recently. Still believe it, but they just live with it.
Jesus, now I got my CPA's calling me. What the fuck?
Tax time.
No. BRB.
Joe's Pool Hall 8-ball speaking.
Pool hall.
VITL short report. We're a little late on that short report, bud. God, actually, if this breaks, this goes down far. Wait, can you imagine trading this chart?
Oh.
What is this?
Ooh, no thanks.
What do you do with
Looks
this?
like a fast move to 15.
Yeah, sweet see ya.
Yeah, that might be a short.
IPO, go down forever, go straight up. Somebody just put out a short report on it. That's the only reason why I pulled it up. I've never even heard of this. Vital Farms. Doesn't sound good.
Oh,
Dun,
Tickers VITL.
dun, dun, dun. What'd you say?
Tickers VITL. I think I get these eggs.
Where's my...
Yeah, yo, unironically, these are the eggs I eat.
Those are your... Yo, so we're shorting your eggs?
Yo, seems like it. They're good eggs.
I'll Are they?
I eat them.
Vital Farms has great butter and eggs, apparently.
Yeah, I'll pick them out of a lineup. You know what I mean? I'll search for them.
I think my eggs are usually San Juan. Sometimes you get a bonus feather in there still.
Bonus foot.
$9 for a dozen eggs.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Good Lord. INTC. Maybe.
Price on your mouth.
Ooh, Intel's over 40 again? Oh, it came back and held that area.
Working orders.
Oh, is ALAB moving? I saw Knox trade that yesterday. Off the lows.
Oh my god, what?
So this was a perfect golden retrace and fly on NQ, by the way. Now I look from this direction and I see that's all-time high. Or no, it's not all-time high. It's equalize. Peach pull hole. 8-ball speaking. We got the straws if you got the balls. I'm just trying to figure out.
Did I do this right? Maybe.
Well, I'm about to see how much is a dozen eggs. Here we go. $30 eggs for
$88? Oh.
no, it's pesos. It's like $5.
I know. I was like, holy shit for a second.
Good eggs, man. Better be made
$5
gold.
for 30 eggs.
It's a deal.
They don't even sell egg. Oh, here's a 12. 12 eggs for like $2.25. You guys are crazy paying for $9 eggs. They're almost paying $1 an egg.
Amazon is still moving.
Microsoft new high. Oh, Tesla rejected VWAP. Exxon new low. Well. Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year. Am I on?
You are here.
Hi. Happy New
New Year.
Year. Great to see all of you.
What's going on,
What's up,
Tammy?
Tammy?
What's up? What's up? I'm doing great. I missed all of you.
I know, hope the holidays was good.
Yeah, the
How was it?
holidays were great. They were great. They were very uneventful. I took a week off after Christmas like I always do, but the only thing we did was go to Macon, Georgia to celebrate New Year's with my family and friends like we do every year. But it was kind of nice just to be home and not have any plans. Macon, Georgia, the great metropolis.
My dad actually has a couple cousins, I think, that live there.
Oh, who just said that?
That was Emp.
It was Emp,
This
Brian.
guy.
Oh my gosh, we could be related
Yes.
then.
Long lost cousins over here.
I was born in Macon, Georgia, and that's most of my family is anywhere between Macon and Albany, Georgia.
It'd be my dad's aunt married a guy and moved over there, and she had like two daughters, I think, and they still live there.
They still live there? Do you know how old the kids are? Not trading related.
Yeah, no. So like my dad's cousins, they're gonna be like in their 60s or so, 50s, 60s, but their kids are like 30 to 40.
Grown. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say.
So
Okay.
Those are like my second.
Well, I wonder if they have kids, because the reason why is because there's a school there called Ace Academy that a lot of the kids go to, and my sister-in-law is a teacher there, and my twin nieces go there. They're 15. So a lot of people know who my brother and sister-in-law are. We jokingly call my brother the mayor of Macon. So he knows everybody.
Mayor of Macon.
He's been there forever and
I've only
refuses to leave.
only been there like one time. I went there for something. Like I think we went through there. Actually, we just kind of stopped in for like an afternoon.
Yeah, it's all
It
right.
wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad place. I mean, there's not much there, but it wasn't a bad place.
No, it's not bad. There's
south.
like any other. There's a lot of good history there. So there's a lot of really interesting history there, just like on St. Simon's Island too. Well, I was looking.
Tammy, what do you think? All-time highs?
Yeah. There was a couple of levels I was looking at earlier today.
Do you want to share your screen?
Yeah, I was. Okay, sure, I can do that. Absolutely.
First, to make Jordan really big again.
There we go.
Yeah,
Make him
I
very
vote for that.
uncomfortable. I mean, but he's got a really nice swimming pool right behind him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's actually a ghost too. He's glitching in and out.
Yeah, look at I'll go into the pool. Hold on. Will it work? I don't think it'll work this time. Yesterday I was able to just appear in the pool.
Oh, that's awesome. So earlier today I was looking for us to clear that 786 retracement of the swing up on a ES, which was 69.66, and we did that. I actually had some more lower time frame resistance there, but then we were just kind of stuck for a little while. And on my ES 120 minute chart, after that, I was just kind of like, what is this thing going to do? Because it just seemed, whoops, that was the wrong chart. This is the one I meant to get. I think this might not work. It might not go from, yeah, there it goes. Okay, so this is one of my live charts that I do in my room. And so then the next area I looked at was 69.83 to 85. So now that we are through the 69.83 to 85 area, which when you're looking at my charts, it's kind of hard if you don't use open, high, low, close, but that's what I use because it's easier for me to run my Fibonacci numbers using that. I'll clean this up a little bit so that it's easier for me to show you what it is that I'm looking at here. So basically this morning I gave a setup to my client 69.48 to 50. We've met the first target. It was inside of that cluster. But that 69.83 to 85 area was just another area that I looked at that I felt like we could fail. Once we pushed through that, I am definitely looking at zoom. We're going to the moon. Things are looking great on ES. As a matter of fact, I can go ahead and give you some targets here also. So we had a low on January 2nd. You can see I still have my setup there, support with the 50 SMA, 68.70 to 77. We went through it just a little bit, but visually you can see it's still kind of right on top of it. The targets from that swing are 70.28 and 70.72, which we are still have not met. So what I say is, I'm looking for pullbacks on lower time frame charts in order to get bullish. So then the next set of targets comes from that December 18th low, which are 70.46 and 71.21. I literally just talked to my stepfather, and he's irritated that you can't see the numbers well on my charts. So that's going to be something I start looking at. He's like, if I can't see him, nobody else can see him. I'm like, you're 83. So
Oh my god.
He's 83 and he's an incredible trader. He's also he's just a really interesting guy. He's also still writing books that people are publishing and using in universities to teach classes and stuff like that. He's super duper smart. So here, I'll label them. So like I said, 70.28 and 70.72 are the targets off of January 2nd low, 70.46 and 71.21 are the targets off of the 18th December low. And we have nothing in our way at this point. I don't have resistance. The only resistance I have are these targets. And I do say many moves tend to terminate at extensions of prior swings. Those green targets are extensions. It's where the market is extending beyond where it has previously been. So that means we have not been to this point yet when it comes to these larger swings. 71.31 and 72.28 are the really large swing targets from the 21st of November low. So until we get up to these targets, you can look for areas of pullback to get bullish. Once we get to the smaller swing targets, which are some of the ones we're looking for right now, we might want to look for, an even bigger type pullback. Some of these ones that we've seen before. These are all swings that previously happened in the swing up to get to the larger swing targets. So I hope that's a mouthful. So I hope I'm not being too confusing, but I'm intermittent fasting again, and my body's getting all. Ooh. Anyway,
it took me a while to get to breakfast, and I felt the color in my brain just going away.
Yeah, I've been fasting since oh gosh, about 5 p.m. yesterday, but that's not a very long fast for me.
Long time for me.
Yeah, right. There's the things you have to do when you get older in order to take care of yourself. So I hope that makes sense. Right now, we're not really pulling back on any of the lower time frame charts that I look at. So just little teeny tiny squeaks. Like I said, we had that nice pullback this morning into that 69. What was it? 69.48 to 50. But since then, we really haven't had but just some little minor pullbacks here and there. I can go over NQ.
What is your I was gonna say, what does your NQ chart look like? That's what I wanted to see.
Okay, I'm gonna clean it up real quick so maybe I can explain it a little bit better. I'm trying to be more. I've been doing this for so long that I forgot that when I first started doing it and I looked at my charts, it was I didn't understand what I was looking at. So I'm trying to be better about being more purposeful about explaining things better. So the next level I was really looking at on NQ was this 786 down here at 25,791, where you see the big word resistance. But it looks like at this point we are trying to push through that, which is a great thing. I accidentally deleted this line. I didn't mean to do that. And so once we're through that, the next area I'm looking at for resistance is 26,117 to 31. That happens to also be the first target off of the January 6th low. Now, the reason I really want to caution that area, and with that, I'll also say we could also slice through it like one butter, but it is the 786 retracement of this much larger swing back here that, the 30th of October high to the 21st of November low. It's that high to low 786 retracement, and those do have a tendency to, can cause some movement. As you see, we've already failed off of it 1, 2, 3, 4 times previously. And then finally, that fourth time, a lot of time what I look for on that third or fourth time is for us to bust a level if it keeps getting hit up against. But that is not what happened on the 10th of December. We failed, and that's when we had that pullback to the 17th of December. So I would really pay attention to that level, 26,117 to 31. Then after that, we have a target off the January 2nd low of, here, I'll get my gigantic font out again. Let's see, 26,349. And then the smaller target 1, so that's a whole nother swing. This has been it's been an interesting, I don't know, it's just been interesting on ES and NQ ever since we've been inside this larger swing. So those targets are 26,459. And also, if anybody wants to, you're welcome to take screenshots of this. Oh, and guess what? I started a free newsletter, and I'm sending these charts out for free every morning.
Oh, let's go.
Yes.
Drop
So
it in
if
the
you go,
chat.
Yeah, drop the link in the chat.
Drop the link.
let me do that really quick before I forget. So I'll just give you so if you go to my website, and in the right when you get on my website, you will see the link, and all you put in is your email and your name. That's it. I don't ask 50,000 questions. It's the simplest newsletter sign up. I just wanted to be able to get information out to people before the market, and typically I'm getting it out there before 8 a.m. Eastern. So you'll get ES, NQ, gold, and crude. And I also talk about what I think about them. I don't just give you the charts. I say, this is what I'm looking at. This is support. This is resistance. These are the targets, things like that. And the moving averages. I also include the moving averages. So that is my thought. Those are my thoughts on... I do have, on a lower time frame chart, I do have a little area we're coming up to here on NQ, 25,817 to 20. That looks like it's causing some resistance. It's a couple of extensions from intraday swings, 25,817 to 20. Here again, I'm not telling you to short it there. I'm telling you that it could be an opportunity to look for a pullback in order to get bullish. All the moving averages are on the side of the bulls now on ES and NQ. So any short would
They
be
look good
counter-trend.
too. They're all like compressed into each other and curling upward. Like,
yes, they're looking happy.
look
We
pretty
don't have
good.
resistance in our way. Like, this is what I like to see. This is exciting stuff. I'm not saying don't be careful out there though. Okay, so this is my gold chart. Let's see, there it is. Okay. So, of course, on the 26th of December, we failed on gold and had that pullback here into price support on the 31st of December. So that's the swing that I'm looking at. We came up, and I actually had resistance right here that we failed off of. It was this high to low projected from this low, and then this right here, and it was an area of resistance, but I can't recreate it because Dynamic Trader is weird like that sometimes. But anyway, I had an area of resistance. We failed off of that, and I posted on, not only on X, but I also sent out on my newsletter that if we couldn't hold this 786 retracement of this swing up, which was 43.12, that we would either take out December 31st low of 42.84 or make a lower low. But we were able to hold that 786 retracement. Since then, we have continued to move up. I gave more price resistance yesterday. We failed off of it a little bit, and then we came back through and sliced right through it. I am definitely bullish on gold. I am not telling you to short it if I give you resistance. There again, I'm looking for you to be able to pay attention and see for us to pull back in order for you to buy to get more gold. The next level resistance I have right now, I mean, that's a huge level, so I can tell you the numbers. I'm not really concerned about that 4504, but I do. It's an extension. But that first number is 4504. The next one is 4519. It's 1986, so it's about 20 also, and 4532. If we can clear this, then I look for us to continue on up to those targets: 4665, 4741, and 4769.
I think we got Gov popping in too.
Oh, awesome.
I trimmed,
Yeah,
both
there he
of
is.
I trimmed both of the open door positions here. $7 calls are almost in the money.
Let's go. Joe, I'm just going to hide you, but I'm keeping you here.
Happy New Year, Gov.
Hey, Happy New Year, guys. Hope everybody's doing well.
What's up, Gov?
Happy New Year, Gov.
Hey,
on?
Happy New Year. Good.
Getting the year started.
Yeah.
Markets. All-time highs. Not
Yeah,
quite the Qs, but...
It was really interesting. Yesterday's results and the conversation I had with our guys in the room pre-market, kind of seeing where the markets were. The likes of gold was up big. Crude at the time was actually down slightly. And then you had just a mixed, it was basically mixed breadth and depth, in the market outside of financials, pre-market. And the VIX was it was barely up, and then ended up going like slightly negative, and now we're kind of up a little bit. It's like when you kind of have an event like Venezuela. I've kind of traded in and out of a number of these events. Certainly expected, a little more concern, a little more geopolitical concern, and we'd probably have, I thought we'd have a little bit more of a down day to kind of maybe wax out some of those gains from last week. That was kind of something I was thinking about. But you never know. And it was just amazing, how we traded up, and then I got short early and got stopped out twice for break even and a small loss, and ended up being the right trade. But I was just early on my thinking, and now we come in today, and we were talking about how, with where the Globex session, where it was trading, and it was really holding ES is like that kind of marginal line seemed to be around 69.50, that area there, and that's like. Just kind of suggested if we get back over that area, we could go and rotate up to yesterday's highs and even trade higher than that. So we were definitely receptive to the longs. I missed the long out of that opening range on the long side, but I did absolutely nail that tag up around the 77 area, then NASDAQ, the 25,770 area. We were looking there, but it was really trappy. I'm sure were you guys like looking to get short right around there? It definitely was a trappy trade.
I was waiting to get short, but we just initially going into the morning, I was wanting to see us take out the London highs, but we just did that on the first candle, so I didn't have really any range to play with to set up for it. And then I was definitely waiting for a short, but never really got the good setup until way later in the day. And we ended up getting bought up from that anyway. But we did get a nice move back to the opening price and like making new lows.
Yeah, the area that I was looking at was really derived off of the SPX and NDX level. And I was all over that 25,625 to 624 in the NDX. And I saw how that would be a key area. And if we get above that, there's a possibility of that open gap of which we're kind of approaching for that to be filled. I was eyeing that, and it just ended up kind of correlating to this SPX area here of 69.33, and the spread's right around 41, 42. So that was about the 74, 75 area in ES. So I thought that had a level of significance. However, it's like if the market's trending up, it's like, what are you going to do? Just get in the way just because you think you got a level? And so, I looked at how the market was responding to that area. It was tracking price and volume. And then I established a little bit of a short, 75 half, and traded around that area, but just kind of picked up a few small scales, bought them back, sold them back, kept kind of picking up a few credits to improve my basis, and then finally, and then I noticed that NASDAQ was the one that first began to really falter. While SPX and ES were trying to make a new high, it had a little bit of flush. NASDAQ was saying, nah, I got other ideas in mind. And finally, that trappy comment my guys know that when I'm saying that, you better be taking fast scales, and if all of a sudden it doesn't look right, you just keep buying back your scales if you're short. And, and then when it finally works out, at least you've kind of got a little bit of a short position into it, or the inverse would be true on the long side. And finally, the NASDAQ, it worked out, and that was a sweet trade. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. It was a sweet trade. And we took 75, I was thinking I was short 75, and 75.25 rather. And we basically traded all the way back down into that. We were eyeing that 69, 63 area, 64. And it was almost a bit of a double distribution where there's a big low volume area in there. And I thought that if we get a little leadership at a NASDAQ, it could really help pull ES down. And it finally started doing that. And basically, pretty much the whole room, I had everybody was on the trade, and we exited the meat of the trade right around 55, and it proceeded to go down and tag that 50 area. But you see that I was warning him about yesterday. That is like, if you look at yesterday's profile, there was a lot of meat right around that 50 area, 50, 55, and I just suspected that would probably provide a little bit of support. So I just kind of said, we need to be really well out of our shorts here, and then considering along if this area holds up. And it did hold up, and I was able to kind of catch along there, but just small size, because I knew we could probably go retest the IB low, maybe yesterday's lows. So I kind of kept that under consideration, but it ended up being a sweet trade to really kind of kick out 26. So a bunch of the guys, I think they're trading both cash accounts as well as some of their new prop accounts. And I think most of them passed their new evals, and a bunch of them, I think they got funded this morning. So, it's pretty cool when that happens. It's magical,
Yeah, some good stuff, Gov. I just grabbed the screen too, but if you want to share on the screen, you absolutely can. If you want to share what you were looking at all.
Yeah.
Market's ripping back to highs. Whoa, that was a big candle. What's up, J Money?
There was a 400 lot sitting up there that just filled.
Yeah, the only thing to do here feels like short. It's like that'll just happen.
Somebody just filled, an order for 399 just filled at 819 on NQ.
They could have fun with that. I'm gonna sit on my hands.
Josh, what'd you do today? Did you catch any of that? You had to.
I did, yeah. The way this ridiculous bull market is, I start trading fairly early and usually look to trade the sweep of the overnight low. So I was long very early in the morning before the open, and it ended up working out. Just kind of liked the kind of a dip buy off the overnight correction, and put in that low at 39 and then reclaimed that. So I was long in the 40s from before the open, and luckily we held it on a back test, and the rest is history. Trend day up 2 days in a row to start this week is pretty interesting.
Yeah, isn't it? Especially given what occurred on the weekend. That's really just quite the dichotomy, I think.
Yeah, at this point, it's just good news is good news, bad news is good news, and we're still in that. The market just has that underlying bid that it's been 2024 and then since April of last year, so you just have to keep playing it.
Yeah, back to all-time highs, huh? I don't see a reason not. I know that we were talking about individuals over the past few days and how some of them are looking rough, but like I don't really care about them, to be honest. When NDX opens up the new year, back test the previous back test the previous year, filling the gap. Like if we're gonna turn around, cool. I still think we have to take out these highs before we turn around. So like, no matter, even if I'm thinking this market wants to turn around eventually, still got to go to those all-time highs first for me. So I'm pretty bullish and on this bigger time frame, and nothing about the structure is telling me like we need to stop. Like no structure's broken to the downside. We're in the middle of this consolidation. To me, market doesn't reverse off of consolidation, not just like this without taking out those highs. So I don't know. I'm pretty bullish until we take out those all-time highs on Qs and everything, but we'll see what happens. I know Dow's been running too, so.
No, I think that's a good point. I mean, you can't. There was no compelling setup to break the structure to the downside, but it doesn't mean if you can see like the levels I had identified earlier, it doesn't mean you can't play like a little bit of the reversion to the mean.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Snag 20 points out of it, right? I mean, because those at least we get nice little elevator moves off those.
Absolutely.
But you definitely will be. But you've got to know how to scale and kind of get a few credits for if you have a stop at break even, or else if you get stopped 2, 3, 4 times at 2, 3 points a shot, it's like it's pretty hard to maintain a high. It's hard to maintain your confidence.
You guys trading silver at all?
Oh, the guys in the room. Hey, that Kairos strategy is to remember how it's been killing it on the gold, but it's killing it on silver.
Okay.
Killing it.
I mean, it's silver futures.
So we've got ridiculous. That. Go into ClearEdge and go look in the marketplace and go look at that. It's just been. I think it's probably going to continue for a bit too. Tammy, what was your comment? What were you commenting about gold and silver, in particular silver?
I didn't say anything about silver yet. I had resistance on silver earlier this week, but we have busted the resistance. And I do think silver is extremely strong. The resistance there again that I gave, I said, I'm not looking for you to short it. I'm looking for you to look for these to be opportunities for you to be able to look for pullbacks in order to be able to buy. Now with gold, what I said was I've just got some levels that could cause resistance, 4504, 4519, and 4532. But there again, super bullish on gold, just places where you could look for us to pull back in order to get bullish on a lower time frame chart.
Okay. Yeah, because I can see that we kind of blasted through that 77s, 80 area in silver. So maybe against a little bit of that resistance that we had back from at the end of December. That basically really wasn't resistance. That was just like an all-time. Was that in fact an all-time high? I do believe it was.
Yeah.
All-time high, but maybe kind of a short up against it. I guess we are in kind of a resistance area. That's just reality. Kind of hard to get long up here.
Well, what's interesting is that we're almost so from when we opened on silver this morning, we're almost to the 50% retracement of that swing up. So that's kind of interesting, which would be around 79.74. So that's kind of an interesting thing for me to see, the half back for today. Let me see if I've got anything else there. I do have symmetry there too. Yeah, I do have a nice little setup zone there on silver. It's 79.743 to 79.885. We've already bounced from it. It's the only problem.
Yeah.
And we've already bounced from it. And now we're going to come into some resistance. This is looking at a 15-minute chart. But what we could do is look at that resistance as an opportunity to pull back and look for another setup that's closer to where we are right now.
What's up, big haircut?
Starting to look Happy New Year to you. You can still say that. It's the 6th, so Happy New Year, everybody. Gov's, got his sunglasses
Gov's
on.
got his shades.
Oh,
Love it.
We got a
The
haircut.
stunner frames on.
We got all sorts of good stuff going on today.
I love it. How's that? How's the first week and a half of 2026 been for you on the trading?
Pretty slow, but
Yeah.
I mean, not crazy for first week of the year, but actually going quite well on the automation side. So IWM, holy moly, that's why I went from being, when I left for a haircut, down 700 on this account, now up 200. So
I love that.
That's a nice
love
little
that. That's the
swing.
best.
That's a
Shit.
nice little swingsy.
Dan, I was just telling them about the silver, how it's been working on that Kairos.
Yeah, that's been pretty cool. A lot of volatility in silver lately, so that's been a really fun strategy to run. I can show you guys shortly here.
Yeah, feel free. You can throw your screen up if you want.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me get myself situated here.
All goody. What are we doing right now? Just keeping things quiet. We got that spike to the high. That was nice, but kind of just fizzled out since then. Coming into the last, me and Power, last 40 minutes.
Oh, you know
Y'all
what?
have any levels on? I mean, what are you thinking with silver, Gov? What are you thinking?
I'm not. We're gonna let Dan. Dan's the one that's been focused on silver and gold.
Awesome.
I mean, my observation was what I shared. I would love for it to get a pullback to that. When I say that, kind of somehow be able to get back down that 78 area to see if that could kind of prove as some sort of support.
Yeah.
Along for a continuation higher, but I think that's probably the imaginary line. If that breaks down, maybe a pullback lower. But I mean, let's face it, metals, defense sector, financials, they're all really strong.
So is that based? Are you looking at that 78 area because of the opening ranges that we had this morning? Is that?
No, because I've got my chart up right now. I'm going back and seeing this area that we traded all-time highs. We traded down into this 70 area. And we basically caught a bid, came back up to 78, and we rejected the 78.
Okay.
So we have a rejection there. Then we traded back down to the 70, and then we continued to trade back up. And we basically just kind of had a little pause there before we had a breakout to the highs today, or highs for today. So I just know that 78 has a level of significance because it's shown it several times. So I view that as that could provide us, so kind of 77.5 to 78. I view that as a kind of a supportive area at this point. And that would be a good area for people initiating longs. That's pretty straightforward to me.
Yeah, I think one thing to note too is, I mean, with silver going kind of as parabolic as it is, a lot of people on that first dip that we took were freaking out because it's like, oh, we're down 12% in one day. But I would just argue that the percentage is irrelevant. It doesn't matter when you're going off of a parabolic day like that. Okay, you pulled back 12%, but on the chart, no structure's broken. You had like an engulfing red candle, which to me really doesn't really mean much. Like first dip of the parabolic trend. I just remember we're on stream and it was that day, and everybody's thinking, oh, should we, like, we're down 12%, should we start to short silver? And it's like, my thoughts are no, because it's the first dip in this parabolic trend up. I don't care that it's 12%. I don't care if it was 40% like Palantir when it took its first big dip. I don't care if it's 10%, whatever. It's just like, it's what the chart's doing. The percentage doesn't matter when you're parabolic like that, you know? If it's 12% on SPY, it's different, right? That's our ETFs, but.
So we're just like how does price and volume react around certain levels, right?
Yeah.
I agree. That's pretty much how I was thinking. I mean, I get distracted.
Because it can be scary. You wake up, silver's down 12%. You're like, oh shit! Like, do we need to start covering like our positions a little bit, or what? You know, but you can't let that big percentage number freak you out.
Right. But to your point, but what does the specific data point say? Not the percentage of that data move.
Yeah.
I look at it the same way. I can't afford to look at the percentage.
Agreed.
You know, the other thing I was going to say off that initial short on ES and NQ,
Mm-hmm.
that did kind of jive with the right toward the establishment of the initial balance too. I believe I'm correct on that.
Oh, little trader companion over here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Teach him young.
Say hi, everybody.
Hi, sweet
Hi.
girl. She is so cute. What's her name?
Yeah. Say hi. Hi.
Hi.
She's
Oh,
trading
she's
with
blowing
the
kisses. Mwah. Mwah.
I am waving so hard back here in the I didn't realize my camera wasn't on.
Camera's off, brother.
You want to type? There you go.
Oh, there you go, Casey. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, we got the light show up there with KC.
Oh, that's awesome, Casey.
Tommy's
I
having
know
a
what
blast
kids
with
like.
automation. Let's go.
I know what they want.
Yeah, Nara, Tommy in the chat's been doing a bunch of his own coding, it looks like, and doing some automation with it.
Let me catch up on the chat here. So
Yeah.
let me show you guys some stuff here if you want.
Yeah, let's see it. Throw it up there.
Let's see if the easiest way to do it is to just do my entire screen, I think.
Yeah, usually.
All right. I got you up here.
Yes, sir.
Hi, Tommy. Yes, I know who you are. We had a long conversation on dogs last evening, which was good. So I got up here. This is so I think many of you guys who are regular listeners know that we sort of opened a marketplace for automated trading strategies. I think we have, 6 on there at the moment. Soon, maybe more. Maybe Tommy will have his one. I believe he's actually doing one on your strategy there, Jordan, the Forever model. So very interested to check that out soon when he gets that a little more honed in. But this is one of the ones that we actually have on the store right now, and it's an incredibly versatile strategy that a couple guys made that have been trading automation for quite some time. If you actually look at the date range of this back test, this is the last month, and just trading silver, the micros. And silver micros, for those who don't know, silver micros are pretty much not a micro. They are a aggressive contract. There's not a lot of prop firms that actually allow it. I believe Top Step does. Futures Desk, maybe 1 or 2 others that actually allow
Lucid just added them.
Micros.
Lucid just added silver micros.
Lucid did too. So this is a really good strategy for right now. And for silver is it's called the devil's metal for a reason. It's normally let's look at its silver daily chart here. Silver is up, down, up, down. It's not a very great trading instrument as a whole. However, when it trends, just like when gold trends, it can be incredibly, incredibly profitable. So right now we're in a little bit of a flat line on this silver strategy, but that means it's a really good time to usually start it. This is like a 2-to-1, I believe, risk reward. So and this is what I mean with a micro being not exactly a true micro. On one micro, you're looking at 700 risk per trade on this strategy. However, if it gets a full price target, it's at 1,500, so a little better than 2-to-1. This has been absolutely crushing it for me over the last couple of weeks, and passed a bunch of 150K evals on Top Step just with this strategy. I believe they are doing a special on it right now, and even if you're not a ClearEdge subscriber, if you want to come check it out, you can get yourself a free account, come join the Discord, and you can actually, they think they're doing a free trial of this one for 7 days. But yeah, it's 43% profitable and still that good. I mean, that's killer. So that shows that
it's because that profit factor is so high there.
Yeah, this is just killer. I mean, wait till you see how the strategy runs. And they did something really cool too, where they have presets here. So essentially, you open your chart, all 5-minute charts. This is the preset for silver. There's a preset for RTY, MNQ, MGC, MES. I'm running oil also, and I'm running what's the other one I'm running? I'm running oil, MES, MNQ, and RTY. I'll show you another one I'm running for gold. That's a gold strategy that's running all the time on gold. But so I'm running this silver one, and I actually just got a payout on Top Step that I am running on NQ as well as MES. So and this other gold strategy that's also available on the marketplace. But
Didn't you say on one contract on the silver that Kairos up like 21 grand or something last?
Yeah, on 1 micro.
But
I mean, this is not something that I would be running on a 50K prop firm account.
Right.
You need to be able to weather some of these drawdowns. I mean, it's taken a couple losses today. It's pretty much flat on the day today. But you know, it's definitely a riskier strategy based on overall sizing. So for 50K accounts, no bueno. But for 150K accounts, I mean, you can throw this on there, and even with 150K accounts, $700 per trade is still a little bit of high risk, but it's not awful if this is the only thing you're running. Now, let's sort of look at, I mean, I'm running oil on it too. This was oil today. Let me see. I should probably change my background of my chart here. Just a little bit.
Hey, Mixed Madness. Good to hear you're liking Kairos.
So yeah, let's make the background a little darker here. But this is on oil. It got in a trade last night at pretty much the market open. This is not 1-to-1. It's actually less. But if we look at sort of the results this has been seeing, this strategy is killer. This is on 3 micros over the last month. We can actually update it to the last 30 days and update it to today too. But I mean, look at that drawdown, $447 drawdown, maybe $3 grand on 3 micros. I mean, this is just killer. Today it's 2 for 2. It took a short here. It was in it all day until it exited here around noon. And then it took another one at just about 2 o'clock and got a quick swift move here and closed at 3. So 2 for 2 today, and you can see the list of trades. And I'm trading these on unfunded accounts. So up $360 on 3 micros. I think the worst this can do is let's see, the worst trades. Yeah, about $200 is the downside trade on this. So that's your aggressive. So yeah. So this is the oil preset settings. If you go to the settings here, you know, MCL. So now RTY, I believe this is in 2 trades today. Took a short earlier, stopped out on the short, took a long here at 25.70, exited up here at 25.84, is in another long right now. It quickly got into another one, and it thought there was more. So we'll see if this gets up to price target at 26.01 here before the close. If not, it'll close around 4 o'clock. But another one, this is just showing any strategy that's versatile like this, and you can run on multiple instruments. Let's check the last 30 days here.
Hey guys, Nasdaq's NDX is approaching a close in the gap right here from Friday the 26th. Be interesting to see a reaction here.
Been waiting on it to happen. There's another one above it from even further back.
Yeah.
So yeah, here we this is on RTY, you know, little messier, sloppier, but 44% profitable. You're still running a profit factor over 1.2. So you can diversify sort of what you're running here. This is on obviously on RTY, not on M2K. Now, this is where these are sort of what if you were to run a funded account, this is what you run. You run MES, you know, I mean, an MES here. This is just silly. You know, the last month on 1 MES, you're looking at 1,600 with a 335 drawdown, 82% profitable. Just silly. And then we can even go back 90 days, and see here. On one micro, obviously on ClearEdge software, you can adjust that so what your trades, your downside risk is $142 per micro. So if you are okay with a $285, you do two. If you're okay with just about $400 risk, you do three. So these are things that at 76% profitable, even though you're under our 1-to-1. I mean, you're still raking in the money here. But now let's look at MNQ. This is probably my favorite of them all. Let's just do the last 30 days. This is on one MNQ. Same thing. You're looking at 70% profitable, up over $2,000, $500 drawdown. So, do the math there. You know what your risk is, $108. Each micro is $108 risk. So you do your math. That's your trade. That's your per trade risk. So the other one in our marketplace that I've been running is this one. It's called Market Ninja. It's a gold strategy. Runs on a 1-minute chart. This has been great. Did great today. Had a nice long here around 1 o'clock. It had a stop out here. So it's today, overnight this morning. At 6 a.m. It had a winner, then it took a loss, and then it had another winner. But pretty much there's a strategy here for anyone, for any sort of risk profile, for building with your other stuff. Tommy, I know that you are running your own thing. If you're running yours on MES and MNQ, you want to diversify and add a little gold in there. You can run one of these gold ones. I think this Kairos strategy also has a gold setting in there, I believe. Let me just double check. Let's check over here. Gold, sorry, yeah, MGC. So, I mean, hey, these are things that are not all that expensive to run on the ClearEdge software. I think they're charging $40 for a monthly subscription now. That's not going to be forever. It's just for the first 100 or so users, I think, or maybe even less, maybe 20 or so users. That price is probably going to go up. I think when you make good money like this, the price goes up. So, these are things that we're really happy about the marketplace. The marketplace is really allowing people who are very good at trading to make things that make other people money. So really exciting stuff. So that's my spiel.
Yeah, some good stuff, Nara. A lot of money being made. Love it. J Money, I'd love to get to you and see if you want to throw up your chart and see what things
I'm just waiting for a J Money special SPX strategy that I can automate and then retire to somewhere in the northern Midwest or something.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
Northwest Arkansas would be a good spot to retire.
Isn't that the Ozarks, right?
That's right. Yeah, maybe that's my project for 2026. Figure out how to
get it. Let's get it done. Let's do it.
Want to throw your screen up, J Money?
Yeah, let me do that.
I'm curious to see some of that GEC stuff that you guys have been doing too, mixing in over there.
I could switch that.
That would be sweet to see how you're incorporating that in your strategy.
Yeah, that's pretty good. We can look at that today, and it's a good example of it today, where basically on the right side of the screen is whether or not dealers are passive buyers or sellers. So if it's blue, then over time dealers are passive buyers. So it just gives you some indication that maybe it's a buy the dip day. And if we were to fail into the yellow and orange, it would be more of a sell the bounce day. And so what is important from this today was that we broke into the blue early in the morning, and then we held the basically as a support line. So that sell that Gov caught, he caught a nice sell. It sold into about 54 on ES, and it held this support line and then bounced from there, and that was low of day. And then
that's what I got, and I reversed long. off of that.
Yeah. So today, it told you that as long as we're in this zone, then there's potential to trend back to high of day. And number two, this line is basically a buy line. So if we back test that and hold, that's a good entry to go long, and it gave an intraday opportunity to buy that sell and then get another entry that ends up trending towards high of day. So it's a good example of it. There's a lot of factors that go into it, but basically there's a huge GEX magnet at 69.50. So as long as we were in this blue zone, we were likely to get pulled towards 69.50. It's just huge positive gamma magnet, which I can back this up a little bit, but it's been there all day. It's been kind of your target all day. It's this super dark blue area. SPX 69.50 has been a magnet, and we finally pulled directly into the close. So it kind of gives you an idea of, should you be looking to buy the dip? Can it possibly be a trend day into a magnet?
And what happens if we, and I think I know the answer, but I would love to hear your answer. So we got 16 minutes to close. What happens if we snap that 69.50 to the upside, say 5 points above it?
Yeah. So what's interesting about this is, into the close, that 69.50, it pulls us into it. It's going to be fairly difficult to break it. If you were to break it, then you could see an acceleration into 69.60 into the close. Although it won't be like a squeeze, because this orange above us shows us that we could still move into 69.60, but dealers are going to be passive sellers, so it'll slow it down a little bit. So it's not like a true spike the close. But if you were to break 69.50, you could try to get to 69.60 into the close.
So if and like how I take that and why I like asking you these things is you have a really good grasp of this stuff, better than I. And I actually think I have a decent grasp of it, but you blow me out of the water with your grasp of this stuff. But how I would look at that is if you're in a long right now coming into the market on close, it's probably a fair thing to do to close out your longs here, to take your gains and call it an afternoon. That's how I take those that commentary.
That gap just filled on NDX, by the way.
Yep.
Would you agree with that?
Yeah, it's an interesting setup on a day like this, where you kind of have this. It's a little bit of a pin setup, so you're likely to pin 69.50, and that's certainly your final target for the day. Then the interesting setup here right into the close would be if we were to see 69.36 on SPX, potentially could bounce at 69.50, because dealers have to continue buying as long as we're below 50, just to be delta neutral into the close. Dealers are pretty strong passive buyers between 69.30 and 69.50. So if we were to see 69.30, but on MOC or anything like that, would likely bounce and then try to push back into 69.50. So that would be a better trade. But 69.50 would definitely be your final target. But it could be an interesting setup if we were to dip here into the close and potentially set up a little last minute dip buy. So we'll see what happens here.
I'm short. I got short off the NDX gap, and I've already scaled I got short 90.50 and I scaled 88.50. So I've got 2 points of protection. So my basis break even short is 92.50. So I'm just playing my levels as I play them. And I'm not a fan of any MOC stuff. I mean, typically I'd already have my system shut down. If I get stopped, I get stopped. I don't really care. But that NDX gap, I mean, it's a big thing. We play that gap a lot. Emp knows that. I saw his post. It works more than it doesn't. Yeah. So why not participate? That's how I think. It's just that basic.
Yeah, if it gives you an edge, right?
Yeah. And
RTY hasn't had a down candle since 11 a.m. Almost 12 p.m. Holy moly. What a move.
Yeah. I mean, I very easily could get stopped. I could see NASDAQ kind of moving up.
There's a squeeze going on in small cap world here. J Money, what do you got?
I haven't looked at an individual name in about 9 months.
No, look at IWM or
Yeah, I mean IWM is insane.
I mean,
just an algo just chasing it up.
Look at that move this afternoon. I mean,
Somebody,
that seems like it's very mechanical.
Yeah, some fund is underweight IWM, and they're getting positioned today.
Yeah, something mechanical going on under the surface there. That looks like.
Yeah, it's mostly led by SanDisk.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that tweet. Yeah.
What is SanDisk?
SanDisk has been ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know the little
Is that this year's SMCI?
It could be. It certainly could be.
I mean, remember SMCI? What was that? Maybe 2 years ago. That was the most fun instrument I think I've ever traded, but also gave you the most heartburn of any instrument I think I've ever traded. You had options moving $20 in a half hour.
Yeah, that one could make or break you for sure. SMCI and SanDisk.
I think it did both to me. Probably.
I just traded shares on SMCI back when that was all crazy.
Yeah, I do like the parabolic short setup. If you're really good at identifying it and identifying the variables and timing it, it can be such a great trade. It's difficult, and they don't make it easy to catch. But SMCI, MSTR, parabolic shorts, pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Got MOC
How do
about
we
to come
automate
out.
some of this stuff? I got to think about it. I really like this stuff, and I've always really enjoyed the market mechanics part of trading. I think it's just a really, I mean, it's less overlooked than it used to be, but it's still reasonably overlooked compared to technicals and stuff like that. So, I would love to figure out a way to automate some of this stuff based on SPX, and I think that's probably what you were getting at with your question either this morning or yesterday.
Yeah, it's always nice, just to eventually get to more hands-off trading, to be physically at the desk less.
Yeah, and even that, I think that even if you're at the desk, I think there's something that can be said for being systematic in what you're doing and following the same edge the same way all the time. And there are some negatives to that too, where you don't have any discretion. So there has to be some sort of blend of the two, I think, to be incredibly successful. So yeah, I think that it would be a really cool thing to be able to use some of the mechanics in some sort of, especially in things like this where we're coming into the afternoon session when sort of things have set up themselves for the day, and I feel like I have a lot more edge sometimes in the afternoon than I do in the morning when things are sort of balancing themselves out. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes sort of around 11 is when I feel like my edge starts to come into play.
Imbalances, by the way, were light sell side.
UPS new high of day 105 target hit, swinging runners.
Hey,
they're selling mega cap tech on the MOC is all they're doing. Just a lot of buying of speculative and smaller names.
Interesting.
I am scalping a little short here off that gap fill, just to see if I can get 20 points or so.
Try and pick up a little check into the close. Well, yeah, 8 minutes left. Been a day. What's up, Smooth?
Smooth, you had a fan in the chat earlier.
I did.
Your brother.
Oh, there he is.
Who did I pay?
Brother.
How's it going, guys?
I think it's actually sister, but I had someone in our ClearEdge chat that thought I was a woman, so apparently they haven't been on other streams. So, hey.
How we doing, Smooth? How's the start of 2026 for you?
It's going good. So far, so good.
Happy New Year, Smooth.
Same to you, Tammy. Hope everyone's doing well. Had a nice holiday.
Oh, yeah.
Nice,
a little bit of a
nice,
slow start to the market, but
yeah,
for
nice
me
to
at
be back
least.
at it.
But this guy, Ryan, over here, first day, just had like arguably one of the best days he's had. I couldn't believe it.
There was no argument.
There's no argument.
It was. That's why, like, these last 2 days I've been trading so, like, what's the term? Like nervous, because like every time I have a big day, I always have a bad day after it. So I've been trading differently, but at least, like, I don't know, taking little paper cuts instead. But I've been but I've been taking losses because I'm not trading my normal, like, risk and stuff. I don't know. It's tough. That's one of the hardest psychological things I've dealt with in trading is, like, after a big day, I always have a bad day.
Okay, here's how I learned to adjust that. When my kids were young, I found that if I had a really bad day, went home, all they were looking for is their attention. And for me to just look at them, hold their hand and take them for a walk, whatever, I get a big smile from them. Then it dawned on me, when I have a really good day, I get the same reaction. So there's
100%. I agree more.
The moment I internalize that to whether I have a good day or a bad day, my kids love me and they remind me that there's something much bigger in life.
Absolutely.
So
true.
Ever since I internalized that, I move on from losers really quick, and I got to the point where fortunately I don't have that many. But when I do, I correct myself pretty quickly.
Gov, you're looking like you're on a mission from God.
Yeah.
Brothers.
Or Mission Impossible, where he's about to click the button and make us all forget things.
That's it. We forget all of our bad trades.
I have to go deal with some assholes. I'm being prepared.
Yeah, I need to get one of those. That's a good idea.
That's how he has such a short memory. He has the Men in Black clicker.
There you go. A flip of the dial right on the side of my lens here. Frame here.
See, and I tried to be not so bright today. This is my attempt at not being too bright, and I'm still brighter, I think, than all of you are. So
yeah, I probably should turn a light on. It's too dark in here.
Yeah. I got a bunch of guys in my house painting everything, so my house looks like a freaking crime scene with tarp covering everything. So hopefully nobody swats me.
You're having the inside or outside painted?
Inside.
Oh, nice.
New year, just freshening up.
Nice. Yeah, I
Man,
felt like
this
my husband.
RGI trade just does not stop. Man, I love making money.
Well, strong close. Looking like from this market.
Yeah, this is it's been a strong start to the year for me in terms of I don't think how many days into the year of trading days? Technically, there's 3? Yeah, so I'm 3 for 3 on green ones so far. Let's see how long I can keep it going. I give it until like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good, when you hit a birdie on the first hole, you go straight to the 19th.
Yeah, just go right to the bar.
Yeah.
Retire, call it a day.
That's what Emp was saying. He's like, well, shit, that was the best day I'm gonna have all year. Might as well wrap it up.
Yeah, when I get a birdie on the first hole, I call the clubhouse and I ask them what the course record is.
Yeah.
Now that's some serious forward thinking.
I've never birdied the first hole in my life. I'm usually a snowman on the first hole.
Yeah. See, usually, I'll birdie the first hole of the first round of the year, and then I will never have a birdie again the rest of the summer. So that's usually how I play. Always the first round of the year. I always kill it.
My last golf round about a month ago didn't go so well.
Gold looks great too, guys. Gold just looks killer.
Yeah.
This gold, let's go.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's having a little bit of a harder time on the dip versus silver, but it got.
I mean, look at if you guys gold has gone to like the 20, 50 day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times since August. And every single time it has then gone and made a new high. So it just 3 days ago just got right below the 20 day, bounced, reclaimed it, and now I would very much suspect this is going to make a new high. So gold is has been, I believe gold's probably going to end up being number one on the NARA P&L list for 2026, just like it was in 2025. I read a pretty good. I don't know if anyone has read Ray Dalio's outlook for the year.
Yeah,
I strongly suggest reading his outlook for the year. I find him quite insightful, and pretty much his outlook is commodities, metals, materials,
defense,
onshoring, anything American, and be underweight tech. And we'll see how that plays out. It hasn't been a good way to be positioned for the last couple of years, but I do think that the commodities trade, the gold trade, silver, copper, all of these things, I don't think they're. I mean, you've got platinum up 7% today. You've got nickel up 11.5% today. Silver's up nearly 6% today.
Copper's just also in fucking everything. Like,
it is.
Copper is everywhere in everything, and nobody realizes it. Or, I mean, people realize it, but the average person doesn't realize that. And
there's my 20
it's
points.
not going anywhere. There's your 20 points.
Boom. Got it.
Wow. But yeah,
thanks, Capsule.
Those metals are not going anywhere, so.
No.
Coming out of the credit crisis, we traded a ton of Goldman Sachs and FCX, and those actually at that time, those were our two primary indicators.
Yeah.
FCX, copper, Freeport McMoran.
We used that for a while ago.
I kind of like that, Nara.
We have.
We used FCX a lot. We used. I was looking at Albemarle today, a name that I've owned for a while. It's been a very frustrating name. Lithium miner, largest lithium miner in the world, I believe. On that one. Tammy, what do you think of that name? Take a look at that name for me. ALB.
Yeah, once I cashed out of my last ones, we milked that the last 2 years. I don't think I have any left.
I have a lot.
Sorry, I was on mute. It looks amazing. I mean, chart wise, I'm waiting for it to load.
Hey, zoom out. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There you go. There's a better picture for you.
Yeah, there's room.
Oh, and I love it when it looks like that, when it's room to run.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the perfect. If you read Ray Dalio's sort of write up, this is the perfect name to sort of fit in that theme. Lithium miner. The global operations. Lithium's another thing that everything's battery operated now. This is I believe at one point early last year, this thing was trading under cash on hand. Trades at a low multiple. I don't know what it is now. I would actually need to look, but I would venture to say this is under a 5 multiple even at this price. Let's see.
Not even at that half pack yet of the bigger time frame range.
Let's see. Yeah.
What's the ticker?
ALB. Albemarle.
Oh yeah. I looked at this one with you
I've sort of
a month ago.
I've had for a while. It might have been me bringing it up. I was buying it around 100. I took a bath on it for a little while. I should have been just kept buying it, but still got 8% short. Where's the multiple here? PE ratio 0, so it's still trading at cash.
Yeah.
Like, and you got no multiple on the name, so I mean, you can't get much better than that in a name that's trading at cash. So
that was a nice. It was a nice reversal once it kind of broke above the 115 area.
Yeah, and me and Gov traded this a couple of years ago when it was in the 300s a lot, because the options actually are reasonably liquid but they move very, very fast, and we were trading this name a real lot, and it can be a very frustrating name to trade because it does sort of leave these wicks like it did today. It just tends to do that. It tends to really go parabolic sort of early in the day and then just
come back in
around.
I mean, we were getting 20, 40, 60 point moves off of our positions.
Yeah, you're right.
Nuts.
It was an incredibly profitable name and fun name to trade. So it looks like it's sort of gearing up to become really profitable and fun to trade again, which would be fun because if it does get volume and the lithium trade comes back on like it was for a couple of years there during COVID and when everything was going to electronics, when COVID happened, everyone sort of rushed into names like this because they're like, oh, well, everything's going to be even more so electronic and mobile and than it already is. So then it just pulled off. It got to being a little too high of a multiple for the name, but
yeah, get moved back up to the 173 area, maybe pull back for an entry.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they had an upgrade, a pretty big upgrade today.
Is that what that volatility came from?
Independent research provider, a response to rise in lithium pricing. Lithium pricing surged to around $20 a kilogram, making it the highest level since November 2023. This was part of when I first bought this was my way to play EVs. So Jeffries upgraded to 167. Oh, and Berenberg. I don't know who Berenberg is. Maybe they're
They're small BD research.
They upped their target from $75 to $135. So it's a pretty big raise.
This is the end of day heat map for the S&P, by the way.
Yeah, I did get an 86 half scale. We've still got a few left. I don't know, hold on to them for 15 minutes or so.
Well, hell of a day trading. I think we're going to get wrapping up here soon, but always a pleasure having you guys on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great to see you guys again. Great to see you.
I know.
Yeah,
cheers
great
to
see
a
all
prosperous
of you again.
2026. Let's make lots of money.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me on again.
Yeah,
Always.
Always
Oh, I didn't even
love
notice
to know
you wrote Fibonacci Princess. Love it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Gotta get the name out there,
Love that. Well, everybody in the audience, make sure you follow these killer traders. We'll have them back on. We do this every week, so make sure you guys tune into these combos that we do. But excited for the rest of the week. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I don't think
we do have data tomorrow.
ADP.
Tomorrow is
we have ISM services.
ISM services and Jolts at 10.
Okay, and then
ADP earlier.
The following day, and then NFP. Okay.
NFP Friday before the open. There's your next catalyst move.
We're gonna have we'll have some movement in the next few days.
Yep. First NFP of 2026. I think we'll hopefully get a nice move. So
there we go.
We'll see, I don't know.
I'm excited.
'Cause it'll be for the holiday season, so job numbers might look good actually.
Yeah. We'll see.
And MPU mourning the loss of Amarim.
Say it again.
Are you mourning?
Like somebody asked me yesterday, they were like, who do you guys think you're going to go after? Like who do you want to be the coach? It doesn't matter who the coach is at this point. We can't develop any talent.
No.
So we're talking about Manchester United for those that are lost.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Fired our coach. It's fine. We fired our coach and we're like a point off of top 4. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
but
one
we're
of the
also
best
3 points
train
off the
rides.
bottom 5. So
I had a train ride one time when I was on a train with guys from Manchester United. I was taking the Eurail from Europe to Spain, and they were having a huge game, and I was going to use it as my overnight sleep chain because I was backpacking across Europe. I had just graduated from college, and I, of course, didn't have any money or anything, and so I was like, "Oh, I'm going to use this as one of my hotel nights," and got all snuggled in. I've got my earplugs, my eye mask, like I'm, laid back in the chair, and all of a sudden,
No
just
risk
all
there.
these guys. There's this song they were singing, Big old Sam is a big drunk man or something. Like I can still hear it in my head. But anyway, they got onto the train and they looked at me, and the guy was like, "Listen up, sweetheart. You're not getting any sleep tonight." He said, "You got 2 choices. You can be miserable, or you can take this beer I'm about to give you." And I go, "I'll take the beer."
Yeah, I'll take the beer.
I'll take the beer. I
You
mean, I had a
say yes
blast.
to that every single time.
I'll take the
I'm
beer.
glad they were singing one of the Tame songs.
Oh, there were so
It's
many
pretty
songs
bad.
they sang that night. It was so much fun. They were on
Yeah.
their way down to Barcelona to play. The fans were there to, go on their way to watch a game. It was a blast. It was a
That
great,
could've-
memorable train
Was
ride.
that by any chance, was that 99?
It was.
Really?
It was 1999.
Oh my God, that
Yes.
was the European Cup final. That's the
Yes,
when they won
it
the
was a
trophy.
huge game. Yes,
I
it
was
was
at, I
99.
was at that game.
No way.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh my
Yes,
gosh.
it was
Small
in
world.
99.
Thought you
That's when
guys
I graduated
recognized
from
each
college.
other.
Small
One of the
world,
guys on
man.
that train.
Yes, I was on that train, and I didn't end up going to the game. But yep, that was the one.
That's the wildest sports event I've ever been to in my life. It was unbelievable. We were losing
Compared to what
1-0.
else?
We were losing 1-0 with like 5 minutes to go. We equalized, and then we scored the winning goal in extra time. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who's actually maybe going to become the new coach. They called him the baby-faced assassin. He was an incredible player, and he scored the winning goal, and we won the treble, which is the FA Cup, the League Cup, and the Champions League. And it was, very few teams have ever done that, and it was just insane.
Yeah,
Crazy stuff.
that's so funny. What a small world, right?
Somebody just said "Go Man City" in the chat. They can. I'm not going to say what I'm going to say. There you go.
Hey, we have half my mother's family. She's English. Half the family's Man U and Man City. The Man City all used to be Man U. I don't know where the divide started, but it's a split in the whole entire family in England. It's crazy.
That's it's got to be some fun games to watch then with the whole family.
yeah.
Everybody's just fighting and arguing.
Fighting.
That's good stuff. All right, crew. Well,
All right.
hell of a day. Everybody in the audience, we love y'all. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Follow these amazing traders. We'll obviously have them back on again as we do every week. But
Majority
It was great to have this show again since
I know, we haven't
holidays kind
done
of
it in
messed
a
up all
minute.
the schedules and
Well,
the market's been kind of boring.
holidays, and we're all actual traders, so we don't really do holidays.
Yeah.
None of us, we're gone. It's I'll sit at the desk, I'll watch TV.
I know,
But
right?
I'm not clicking any buttons for those 2 weeks, really. So
Exactly.
Somebody in chat just said most of these guys were in grade school in '99, and now I feel really
it's
old.
true. Oh, you are old. I think. Well, I'm not I'm usually the youngest one on our chats, but I'm not in this one. I think Emp and Jordan got me beat. So.
Yeah, that's
Hey, if you guys want to run some of these new marketplace strategies, shoot me a message. I'll get
Yeah. No, I need to hit you up. I want to run a few of those new ones that I've seen. I'm excited for them.
Do it. Let's get it done. I think you would really enjoy this one. I think I'll get you set up here. I'll send you a text in a few minutes.
Yeah, hit me up. And reminder for the audience, you guys use code ACE, use code WOLF, get that free trial for ClearEdge and try it out for yourself. Automate your own strategies.
7 days or 14 days, enough days to try it.
Enough to figure it out and realize if you like it or not.
Yeah, and all of the strategies in the marketplace are all 7-day trials too, so you can try them all, decide which ones you like, see what you like to do.
And you know what? Another thing is when you get into the Discord, you sign up, go in there and go in the user chat and notice the level of engagement with people that are actually trading these strategies. I mean, the guys that know them forward, backwards, and the level of help desk support that we have. So we're really focused on beefing that up so that we can really help people get set up. So
yeah, we got guys ready to yeah, we got guys ready to jump on one-on-one with you if you need help. So
love that.
Oh, good.
And
Hey,
look in the P&L room too, because you'll see people are getting payouts and getting passing evals. And
Love to see
money.
that.
It's good stuff.
Big shout out Tammy's newsletter as well. I know we threw that in the chat earlier.
Yes.
I want to get Tammy's newsletter.
Oh, nice.
Throw it in the chat again if you can, real quick, and then we'll wrap it up.
Let's see.
Yeah, how am I not on Tammy's newsletter?
Right.
Right. Exactly. It was just last week that I finally, y'all don't make fun of me when I say this, but when you try to learn how to do something new, and I finally had to bite the bullet, and I got up at 4 a.m. one morning and said, I'm figuring out how to do a newsletter on MailChimp today.
I love it.
This is it.
Nice.
So,
they make it pretty easy nowadays. It's not too bad.
Yeah, I was just trying to get it linked to my website and make sure, just all these different little things are done. But now
we're hiring someone to do that for us, so you can throw your hat in the ring.
Yeah.
Real fast, Gav just got to ask Jensen a question.
Oh, I want to see.
What on
Here it is right here.
What was that? Where's this?
Thank you so much for having us here. My name is Scott Black, clerk of Pool Financial. Similar to my fellow Conrad Amid, also a major content creator, sharing the word of NVIDIA. A lot of my audience, I think what infatuates them about NVIDIA is that what's happening nowadays and being created nowadays, robots, etc., they couldn't even fathom 10 years ago, right? It was impossible. So when you look 10, 15 years out from now, what's something that today is impossible, but you believe that we're going to accomplish?
Well, if I told you that,
something.
If I told you that, you won't come back. Gotta dole this out a little bit at a time, or you have to join NVIDIA. That's the answer. I wish I could tell you.
Damn, no secrets from Jensen, huh?
No secrets, but basically, based on that, I'm quitting Wolf Financial and joining NVIDIA.
Yeah.
I think it was an invitation.
Guys, this is the last stream. We're all going to NVIDIA. That's funny. Wow. Well, I love that he got to ask a question. That's so cool.
All right, guys. We'll see you.
Sick.
See you guys.
All right. Take care. Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening.
Peace out, y'all. Enjoy. For everybody else, make sure you're liking and subbing. We'll be back tomorrow, bright and early on Spaces. We'll be back on stream in the back half of the day. And enjoy the night. We'll see you guys tomorrow for another trading day. Peace out, y'all.
Bye.